Yo, it's the Midnight Syndrome podcast coming to you again, live like usual. It's your boys X, Agan, Bars, and you know who it is.
Wow.
So, we're going to dedicate this episode to the NBA and what was a good and disappointing season, depending on who you root for. We're going to get into that, who we think surprised us, disappointments. We also going to give you a little predictions and state of awards and things of that nature. So, what y'all want to kick it off with? Y'all want to go with the surprises first before I get into hurting people's feelings or not? I want to know.
Who feelings can you hurt, bro? I'm already numb inside. I've been numb inside, bro.
I know you've been drinking your pain away. It's cool, but you know, I figured
I was numb inside a long time ago, so you can't hurt my feelings.
Yeah, I think like after the third game of the season, I started losing feeling.
I want to actually give a shout out since they just finished playing at the time of this recording. I want to give a shout out to Cleveland, even though they did lose to Brooklyn, obviously. No one expected them to be in the position that they're in right now. Everyone thought Cleveland was going to be freaking, 25, 26 game winner. And they came out, although they slid a little at the end and hurt their seeding. But East was tough this year. They did it in a year where the conference itself was really good. Garland made a huge jump to all-star caliber player. They were without who many believe would be their second best player in Colin Sexton.
That's the best thing that happened to them niggas.
It was completely the best thing. And they even came back from a big blow in Rubio, who had really set an identity for that team. And even when he got injured, they kept it rolling. With a lineup when in today's era, no one would think would work. With primary bigs, they run in 3-4 big rotations with Mobley, Allen, Markkanen, and Kevin Love. So, shout out to Cleveland. Any other surprises for y'all?
I'd say just the Eastern Conference in general. Like that shit. Like top 4 teams are within 2 games of each other, and you see how the West is playing out, where everybody's like double digits, and it's crazy how much competition, like how close it was this season. Anybody could have been first place. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Shout out to that.
Shocking to me. Obviously, like we said, Cleveland. I don't know, man. Like a lot of people that step their shit up, like fucking Dallas has always been there, but Luka pretty much was doing that shit solo dolo this year. Jokic, another one, doing that shit solo dolo this year.
Jokic, shout out to Jokic. Got a hell of a year.
Shout out to them.
Joker.
Grizzlies. I didn't see them being where they're at. Like I know they were going to be good, but like
I know they're going to be playoffs, but I didn't think they're going to be top team.
They were scary.
Good. And then the amount of games that they won without Morant.
Yeah, exactly. So
like
that's
crazy.
That's a shocker to me.
You would think like without your star player, you wouldn't be, but
I know they're barely there, but the fucking Spurs too. That nigga Dejounte Murray took a huge.
We'll come back to that more later because that's my
had huge counter stats. What do you average like? A little over 28 and 8 or something close to that?
That boy took a huge leap this year, bro. I don't know.
Close to averaging triple-double.
Yeah, I don't know if DeMar was holding him back while DeMar was there or whatever it was last year, but that nigga took off this year, bro. Like, no cap.
Yeah, he had the ball.
I mean, he had a few triple-doubles, and he kind of flashed that shit last year, the upside. But now this year, that nigga had free reign, boy. That best was gone. That boy said, my time to shine.
What about you, boss?
Minnesota surprised me, actually. I did not think Minnesota would be anywhere near playoffs or play-in.
Facts. Minnesota was what, 6 or something like that?
Seven.
Yeah, they're playing right now.
They're playing the Clippers right now. As of this
I had to look at the standings like 2-3 weeks ago. Like, these niggas is in the playoffs? Yeah, I had no
shout out to Russell, who playing a lot better defense. Like, defensively, D'Angelo Russell.
Happens when you have Pat Bev playing next to you.
Yep.
Like
he let you slack
that
off.
Intensity. He got that energy.
That nigga's a clown, bro.
Black Force energy, boy.
But those boys, who else? Anyone else? Nah. I mean, as far as
Pelicans, I'm gonna put the Pelicans in there. Ever since that CJ trade or whatever, they've been solid.
Pelicans have been playing under their talent for a while now. I'm not giving them credit.
They
still was under 500. They in the
play-in, my nigga.
Yeah, but being in the play-in in the West is 33 wins. That's not really much of it ain't an accomplishment. It's like being in the play in the East. And
I don't know.
If this would have been available a few years ago.
For some of them being without like what they really put out on the floor though, like outside
now, if
of
we
BI,
giving out participation trophies, then a huge shout out goes to the Clippers.
I mean, J-Val is a top.
J-Val, I'm saying, but they got. But I mean, like they started the season out. I want to say like.
Ingram,
it was like 2-16 or some shit like that or whatever.
Devontae Graham.
They were fucking
they underachieved in my
they still. I mean, just because you came back to still be decent doesn't excuse you from being bad. And,
even without Zion, I think that they had enough talent where they should have been. They should have been where Minnesota was. To be honest, they should have been. They should have been up a little bit more. But
so you saying Bi and Jonas Valanciunas should be in the same realm as D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards, Cat.
I think they had more surrounding them with their young talent for sure.
I think Minnesota has underachieved for so long that maybe we are going is a little bit of stretch to say they were surprising. Just
Minnesota's a better team than the Pelicans.
They've been underachieving for a while.
They've got.
I agree with that. I agree with what you said just now, Money. What happened?
They've got better big names than the Pelicans, but
they're better basketball. They like Money said, they underachieved for so long with what they had that we're not giving them the credit. They should be a better team than what they are. Period.
Yeah. Again,
talent-wise, they should.
Talent-wise, Minnesota has always been, Russell, Anthony Edwards, Karl-Anthony Towns.
Because I'm pretty sure you're taking Cat and Anthony Edwards over anybody over the Pelicans off the rip. Period.
The dude who fucked Larsa Pippen, I'm forgetting his name right now.
Malik Beasley, but he's only been playing fucking 20 minutes and he hasn't been doing much.
Yeah, he's coming off the bench. But either so he's still talented. Like Beasley starts on quite a few teams in the NBA. I'm not gonna say that he doesn't, but he's blocked by Anthony Edwards in Minnesota. So it's you don't want to play both of them together.
I'm saying I like Bi, I like Jonas Valanciunas or whatever, but outside of that, you're talking about what Devontae Graham, like they got Grand Theft Alvarado, who was getting highlights for standing in the corner and robbing niggas all year. Like
I think they're Herbert Jones. I like that kid. Jackson Hayes.
I like Herbert
Jones.
Once
they started giving him more, they gave him more minutes. Hernan Gomez has always been good if you give him minutes.
Hitting threes now.
They've got.
They're decent, but they're not.
Look, I can't. The reason why I agree with Bars is because I cannot say a team achieved anything when they won 36 games. You can't surprise me by winning 36 games. Unless you're the Lakers. You can't surprise me for winning 36 games. Like that there's no way I could say, they was 10 games under 500. They improved.
If we're talking about the Pistons, I'd be like, oh shit, they won 36.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The Pelicans winning 36 games is about where I thought they would be.
It's tough. Yeah.
If we're going the injury route, though, the Clippers get the biggest shout out because the Clippers was playing with chewing gum, freaking paper clips, glue.
That boy that you said wouldn't start on any NBA teams, Ibaka Zublaka.
They didn't do shit for that team. That's not the reason why they were even winning. But they were winning because they were getting outrageous lines from Amir Coffey. Marcus Morris decided to show up on any team that he didn't play for before. Reggie Jackson was back and forth. Zubac had some good games, but I mean, I'm not gonna be here like
Zubac's averaged like a double like the past 2 months. What do you mean? Fucking like 13 and 13.
You 7-1, averaging a double, and that's amazing. I'm not sure what.
I mean, have you looked at the state of bigs in the NBA? I mean, at this point,
for a big man, there's really no legit big man in the league outside of the two that we all know about.
That boy, and he's been playing defense.
Zubac can always play defense. Let's be clear.
Hartenstein as a backup has been cold. That boy
and plays no defense. So no. Okay, all right. Maybe I'm being harsh on Zubac. He's not a great player, but he's a solid role player. That's what
he's a good player.
Solid role player.
We didn't mention the fucking Bulls going backwards after they lost Lonzo. They're on a fucking.
Well, the Bulls' tailspin started because they lost Lonzo and Caruso at the same time for an extended period. Caruso came back, but at the end of the day, Caruso
it's not the same now.
He's a really good bench player, but he's just a bench player.
Yeah,
Lonzo changed the dynamic of that defense, and gave them a legitimate playmaker. So now they're struggling with, the lack of a playmaker. They don't know who's gonna, play make at any given game, when it's gonna be Levine, when it's gonna be DeRozan, or even some games where they've ran the ball through Vucevic. Like, they don't know who's gonna be their playmaker, and they don't have their primary, defender on ball. So yeah, they're struggling. Because
this playoffs.
Is he out for the season?
Yeah, Lonzo's done.
He's done for the season, right?
Yeah,
Lonzo's
done. Yeah.
The Bulls haven't beat a top team all season. It's just
after he went down, right?
I don't even know. Even with
No,
I think
before they had Lonzo,
yeah.
they were dogging niggas because we were like,
yeah.
hey, bro, these niggas.
Yeah, like they were for real. All right. Yeah.
But
White's probably on the move because that boy hasn't been doing dick for them boys at all.
Ooh.
Kobe White, he's got to be.
They've been trying to move him, but the problem is they didn't want to sell low on him, and now they just. I mean, it's not going to get any better.
Yeah, facts.
He's not a point guard. They use him as a microwave off the bench, like just try to get us points. But they can't stop anybody. That's the problem.
He barely microwaving shit. That shit's still lukewarm.
It's lukewarm. It's lukewarm.
That nigga got my hot pocket still freezing on the inside. Boy, ain't no good microwave.
I hate that feeling, son. I just get away from NBA for a second, yo. I hate when I used to heat up freaking hot pockets, yo, and it shit just be spilling over on the side, but the middle be drinking cold. Yeah,
you take that second bite, you're like, ugh.
Man,
yo,
that shit was tough.
real quick though, what's the best hot pocket since we're on the subject? Just real quick, I just want to see where my friend's head's at because I want to know if I'm still gonna be friends with you.
I haven't had a hot pocket in years.
I haven't had a hot pocket.
I know, right?
I got some in my freezer.
The last one. The last one I remember having is the pepperoni and cheese.
That's the only one I've ever had.
That's the only one.
Ham and cheese, baby. I don't know where your head's at. I'm sorry, ham and cheese.
I remember ham and cheese, but the last one I had is the pepperoni.
Okay.
With the pepperoni.
To be honest,
I'm not a pepperoni person, honestly. I just don't fuck with pepperoni. Like not even on pizza or nothing. I just.
Oh, word? Okay, cool.
No. Anyway, back to the NBA before we start talking about food for the next 40 minutes.
Facts.
Now that we got all the teams that were surprises. Pleasant surprises during the season.
Highs and lows.
Let's go the other way. Let's go with before we touch on the Lakers and Knicks. Let's go on any other team that we felt was a disappointment this year.
I will tell you now.
I figured it was going to be a no because I really wanted to go directly into the Lakers and Knicks. But I figured, before we overshadow everybody else, I just wanted to see.
I mean, I can
disappointment.
I mean, I think that we can
actually
still
Portland.
Portland. I was going to say
Portland lost their best player for a long period of time.
Yeah, I say Brooklyn just because
Brooklyn was my pick.
Who expected those niggas to be a 7th seed? To be honest,
exactly.
But I think Brooklyn was top tier team in the league till Kevin Durant went out for that stretch.
I was going to say, here's my thing with Brooklyn and why I don't call them as much of a disappointment as a lot of other people.
I mean, I get it because Kyrie was part-time. They had injuries.
Forget about part-time. Kyrie didn't even play until after January. So it's not like, forget about part-time. He didn't play until they was like, yo, we have too many injuries. Half the team's on COVID. We need a healthy body. So they were without Kyrie for more than half the season. James Harden, was 350. Kevin Durant went down, I think, after the first month and a half of the season or something like that. So they never had a good supporting cast to begin with. So to lose their key players was hard. And, no one expected the 7th seed at the end of the day. But I wouldn't necessarily say they're a disappointment just because when they played, they played well. Right. And when their stars played, they played well. It's just a matter of when they didn't play.
Atlanta, definitely a disappointment from where they were last season.
100%.
Yeah, last season. Definitely.
Now they've looked a lot better without John Collins, actually, which makes me think they may try to move him in the offseason.
They tried to do it last season too.
They did. They tried to move him last season, but they didn't like the offers for him. I think they tried a little bit at the trade deadline, didn't like the offers, but at some point they're just gonna have to give up on it and get whatever they can because that offense runs better with one primary role man in Capella and 3 additional wings to flank Trae Young, so they can switch on everything on defense and hide Trae Young.
Having Capella and John Collins out there together makes
no sense.
Stagnant on the offense.
Collins isn't good enough on the pick and roll, so they can run him on an island on defense, and that's what teams do. They just abuse him.
Yeah.
What happened to fucking Indiana? I thought they would be a lot better than what the fuck they were.
Injuries
this year.
Yeah, Brogdon missed a lot.
Brogdon,
Bubble Warren hasn't played since the bubble.
Yeah, but TJ Warren hasn't even played this season one time. Sabonis was out for a little bit.
Miles Turner is always on the injury list.
Yeah. They had Kiefer Sykes as their primary point guard at one point.
Yeah, that should tell you all you need to know.
Yeah, fucking some other dude, Washington. They had him running like a shit ton of minutes. He lit the Knicks up. Fuck that guy. Who else?
Everybody likes the Knicks up. So
they had they're playing they're playing a whole bunch of dudes that wouldn't be on a lot of NBA starting lineups. So
even after they made all those trades, Batasby got injured the last week or two in the season, so he didn't get to play important minutes.
I like how Halliburton's looked though.
I actually think he's looked worse since the trade.
Really?
He's had some good games recently, but as a whole, I thought Sacramento looked better after he got traded, and I thought Indiana really didn't look good with him.
I think that Sacramento definitely got better because De'Aaron Fox...
Before they got injured, yeah.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox actually didn't have to split time at that point.
Yeah.
And he was
hooping.
And that one boy they got, what's the kid they call?
Davion Mitchell.
Bad night or whatever, off night or whatever they call his ass. That nigga been hooping too.
Who's that?
The only people from Sacramento that I see recently been hooping is Davion Mitchell and Damian Jones. Damian Jones has been...
Davion Mitchell, I think they call him off night or some shit like that or whatever because his defense.
Oh, then if they do, then yeah, Davion Mitchell.
Oh, that's Davion. Yeah, Davion's that dude on defense too, but he's been hooping on offense lately too. I mean, he's always been an assist guy too. He's always gotten high assists, but now he's actually scoring buckets with nobody else to score.
I gotta find out what they call this nigga. Bro.
I still think they're gonna struggle with that with the small lineup because Davion and De'Aaron Fox is gone. I don't liken them to Portland's Dame and CJ because Davion Mitchell is a damn good defender. But I still think small backcourts in today's NBA just doesn't work as well.
Yeah.
At some point, you got to just pick and choose who you want to build, and then put someone lanky next to him. A la what Golden State did with Clay next to Steph. But that said, I think that they can make some noise in the West when they figure it out. They're young, they're talented. Just it isn't right now.
Yeah.
But if that's all we want to talk about,
off night, bro.
I take your word for it.
I haven't heard that, but I mean, like I said,
I had to Google it. But that's what they
when I look him up on FanDuel, they call him Davion Mitchell. So
that's a cold ass nickname, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Davion,
But if that's all we're gonna talk about for disappointments, let's move on. I'm gonna move on to the Knicks first because I feel like they're less of a disappointment.
I was gonna say they're less of a disappointment.
So I'm gonna move on.
You say I'll let y'all vent.
I'm gonna give a little rant first.
Go ahead and rant, bro.
And I'm gonna try and be as nice as humanly possible.
The floor is yours.
So in trying to be as nice as humanly possible, this is the only thing I can think of. Why the fuck do they do what they do? I don't get it. You went out and paid money for a new front office. None of them was basketball minds. Leon Rose was an agent. Wesley was in the music business. Steve Stout and Barry Shaw on ESPN. They had no basketball minds that they brought in. Not a single one they brought into the front office. Only basketball mind they had was a holdover in Scott Perry. That's it. That's the only person. And like I said, that was a holdover. What would possess you to hire a bunch of people who don't know basketball to run your front office? Now, it's not like they made bad moves, because they really haven't. The trades they've made since they got into the front office haven't been bad at all. In fact, I believe they've won the majority of the trades they've made since they've gotten into the front office. So, Perry gets a lot of credit for that because he's orchestrating those trades. But that said, you bring in Tom Thibodeau.
Here we go.
Tom Thibodeau is known for one thing, and that's defense. Last year, it was on full display. Knicks, one of the best three defending teams in basketball last year. no question, no debate, really were one of the 3 best defending teams in basketball last year. And they did it with less talent. They did it with Julius Randle playing out of his mind with no fans in the stands and, a bunch of role players. They got Reggie Bullock paid to do nothing.
Facts.
Shout out to all of them. They got Noel paid after he fumbled the bag with the Mavs. They got Alec Burks paid, who was basically a journeyman to this point in his career. So shout out to last year's New York team that got people paid. Let's fast forward to this year. They signed Evan Fournier in the offseason. They gave him $72 million.
Wild.
I'm going to stop right there. They gave Evan Fournier $72 million. They gave a dude from France $72 million over 4 years.
We had money to blow, apparently, because
$72 million.
Boy,
You got a coach.
You
You got a coach who's there, and his one job is to coach defense. That is his calling card. And the first thing you do is sign a dude from France for $72 million who can't spell defense in any language. His own, our language, Spanish, Russian, you name the language, and he can't spell defense. And that's what you spend $72 million on.
Yeah, we signed a bunch of niggas that do not play.
Don't play. The second signing you do
is one of the worst
Kemba
defensive
Walker,
guards in the league.
Who, when healthy, couldn't play defense.
In the league.
And now his knees are shot. That's the second move you make.
Nigga.
You bring back 46-year-old Taj Gibson. You give Nolan Noel $10 million a year to sit on the bench because he wasn't healthy this year.
Nigga always hurt, bro.
You gave Alec Burks $10 million a year.
I'm gonna be the optimistic one. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna talk about our young guys. I'm gonna be optimistic. Go ahead.
No, I'm actually get to that. And here's the problem with all that. Y'all drafted a 36-year-old power forward in the draft, right?
Hey, bro, don't Obi slander, bro.
He was 2 months.
No Obi slander, bro.
He was 2 months from his 37th birthday, and y'all drafted him out of Daytona, USA. You draft.
Bro, there's no Obi slander.
Oh, see, I'm gonna keep being petty because when we get to the Lakers, it's gonna be a shit show. So I want you to keep being petty.
I was just saying. I was talking about the good quality he had. He could jump high.
Obi Toppin over Halliburton, who was an established point guard already in college, and it was a position of need.
I remember that draft for y'all boys. Y'all was
y'all already gave Julius Randle $18 million and said, "Yo, we're keeping him and not trading him." He's a young enough player. He was 26 at the time. They drafted Toppin, who was 3 years younger at the time of the draft.
We had 32 power forwards on the roster at one point.
And we can count them. They had Obi Toppin when they drafted him, Julius Randle, Bobby Portis, Taj Gibson, who was a power forward, not a center. I don't care what nobody says.
Kevin Knox.
Morris.
Kevin Knox. We had Morris.
Yeah, we had Morris. We didn't have Kevin Knox.
Y'all had a Morris switch?
No, we had Kevin.
Knox was drafted before Obi.
No, but he's not a power forward.
I mean, they ran him at the forward.
He's a forward
because they're trash. No. He's a forward. Yeah. He's a small forward / power forward, but he's trash. That's more than anything.
Yeah,
First of all, he's not a basketball player, so he doesn't have a position. You already get a position when you can play the game of basketball, and he can't do that. So he's
all right.
Nothing.
There you got him.
Okay. Let's be clear. Don't disrespect me.
We did have a Morris.
Who came out of that Kevin Knox draft that y'all passed for Kevin Knox?
We had whoa. Okay, now that you want to mention that, they passed up on the best player on that team in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and they took Kevin Knox from Kentucky.
SGA was in that draft.
It was his teammate. They came out as freshmen.
I don't remember that draft. I don't remember that
from
draft.
Kentucky.
That's crazy.
You pissing me off, and I'm not trying to be pissed off tonight.
Bro, I didn't know that. I was just wondering.
Great. Anyway. They passed on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Michael Porter Jr., who has done more in his time on court in between back surgeries than Kevin Knox has done. But that's besides the point. I'm not going to get into that. What I am
we could have got MPJ. His value dropped. Oh, my God.
Remember, he got drafted 10th by Denver that year. But again, I'm not going to argue.
Would y'all get Knox? What pick was Knox?
We got him 7th.
7th.
We reached by 17 picks by getting him 7th. But again, I'm not going to be mad at that. I'm going to say we drafted Toppin at 30. we drafted Emmanuel Quickly, who was a good draft pick, especially at his position, at where we drafted him.
I like
it. You got the Iggy, who's fucking on Orlando.
Quentin Grimes, who I thought not enough people talked about this year, when he finally did get minutes, he actually played well on court. He's aggressive. I think as he gets more minutes, he's gonna be a really good 3-and-D guy, and I think at the position that's all they need from him.
Yeah.
Like I said, Emmanuel Quickly, R.J. Barrett took a step up this year when Thibodeau finally did his job and decided that he had enough of seeing Julius Randle take the bulk of the shots and missing. So he was going to allow R.J. Barrett to have a bigger role in the offense, and he snapped and averaged like 27 after the All-Star break a game. So there's that. They have a lot of young pieces. But here's the problem.
I like Jericho too.
Jericho Sims, who's a really good rebounder, but undersized as a center.
That's with the fro, the center?
Yeah, buddy, like a jump 45-inch vertical.
Yeah, that nigga.
But I
seen him catch a lob in Summer League. That shit was nasty.
That shit was retarded. Yeah,
we got 2 power forwards that can jump high. Like, what are we gonna do?
Here's my biggest problem.
I don't know.
You signed Thibodeau, right? Because you wanted him to coach this big defense, and then you gave him a bunch of offensive weapons that can't play defense. That was the first problem, and then it became Thibodeau's calling card of being stubborn. Fournier is obviously not playing well in the beginning of the season. It was obvious with him hitting the side of the backboard on threes. He's not playing well.
Russell Westbrook.
He's terrible.
We're not there yet.
Okay, cool. Let's start playing. Let's start reducing his minutes. Playing some of the young guys. You think he would do that? No. I'm going to see Evan Fournier shoot 4 for 18 every game and play him 35 minutes. And get lost on pick and rolls.
Game, bro.
and just get lost on pick and rolls. I've never seen someone that bad guarding the pick and roll. It's mind-boggling how bad he is guarding the pick and roll. Really you got Julius Randle, who your calling card as a coach is holding people accountable. You got Julius Randle hitting everything but the rim on shots. He's visibly not into the game. You could tell by his body language. He doesn't want to be there. You got a power forward who you drafted in the first round the year before. Yes, he may be 36, but he still was drafted with a top 10 pick the year before. You think he can get more minutes?
10 minutes a game for what? 10 minutes a game and fucking at what? Scoring 6-8 points?
I was looking at it today. He played seven games over 30 minutes that game. 7 games this year where he had 30-plus minutes. And he averaged 24 a game. 24, I want to say 24 and 8 in those games.
And that's what I texted you, bro. I said, at this point, unless Tibbs just wants to fucking tank us, there's no reason for us to keep Julius.
They're going to have to fire Tibbs because Tibbs does not know how to get out of his own way, which is why every team fires him. He does not know how to adapt. He's a one-trick pony.
Reason for us to keep Julius after what Obi does when he gets minutes. Seriously, no. I mean,
but Julius Randle is going be running point guard and small forward and power forward next year for 40 minutes a game, and I'm gonna have to watch him throwing shots off the backboard. It is what it is. But at the very least, I can be, even though it was a disappointing season for the Knicks, as a Knicks fan, I can be happy. We have young talent who we can proceed with further. Our cap isn't bad, and we're a move or two away from going after a free agent if they so wanted to play for the Knicks, and if it were available. So as a construction of a team, they're in good shape. They have young talent, they have a cap space. Their front office isn't a total shit show at this point, even though, like I said, they have no basketball minds in their front office. And I'm expecting Tibbs to be fired at some point, if not at this offseason, sometime next season, unless things turn around and he starts playing some of the young guys. But they're not that bad. But they still were a disappointment this year. And a lot of that falls on Julius Randle and Thibodeau's hands. So we'll see what they do in the draft, now that they in the lottery yet again. And I'm disappointed because I thought they were going to be a playoff team, and obviously they decided to do the big shit and not be a playoff team. So
yeah,
I'll let Bars be a little more optimistic than me.
Yeah, bro. That in Quick, one of the youngest Knicks to get a triple double. I was like, hey, bro, give Quick the minutes. That was hooping, bro. Obi, you already said it. Hooping. I think what he dropped? He dropped like 30.
42 and 10 his last game.
42 and 10 the last game. Before that, he dropped 30. Nigga's hooping. Jericho Sims is out there. Evan Fournier. That nigga's still out there, but
yeah, that's only because Grimes was injured, and he's allergic to playing McBride.
Yeah, what? I don't know.
Did y'all lose? Did y'all lose any of the games towards the end? Y'all won what? 5?
No, actually, after the All-Star break, we played well, and without Randall, I think we were over 500 without Randall. I think we were like
once they shut Randall down, we actually became a basketball team again.
Yeah.
We
lost to good teams, like we lost to Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we beat up.
I watched that game. I watched
RJ.
And the Knicks almost beat Brooklyn. It was just Brooklyn had superstars.
RJ needs to get his free throws together because I don't know what the fuck he was on this season. That was tough to watch.
He did get it up to 70, close to 72%. But he can average 25 easy if he can shoot. Find a way.
You're gonna be a star on the team, bro. You gotta be at 80. You gotta be at 80.
Yeah.
Like at least. But overall, bro, after we shut down Julius, I was happy with what we were looking at. I was happy with our youth. We got the RJ. What RJ's younger than fucking Obi Toppin.
20. RJ's 21.
Yeah. So we got a nice little youth movement.
That's
unless we go full Lakers and just fucking get rid of all our fucking.
I feel like this is about to move to my segment.
As I said, I'm happy for y'all.
Would y'all welcome Zion over there?
Absolutely.
It depends on the package, but yeah, I would welcome Zion.
I think Zion over there.
I mean, if it blew up,
I think I think they're gonna have to keep his weight in check.
If we're keeping our majority of our young core to bring him, like if we're not getting rid of, Quick.
I'm assuming he'll want to come over there to play with RJ and Cam. So I'm assuming RJ and Cam would.
No, I'm thinking Cam will go in the deal. And in fact, I think they traded for Cam.
I mean, say we get Zion. You think we keep Obi?
Yeah. No, I think I think the
yeah.
deal starts with Obi, Cam, and a couple first, and at least 2 or 3 first.
And Cam?
I think that's where
I was going to
the
assume
deal starts.
Cam.
You got to remember, Zion was still the number 1 pick that averaged 27 a game last
year.
Yeah, but I say if we get Obi, right? Say we do Obi
from the paint.
I'm telling you right now, they're not. It's gonna take a king's ransom, and that's with him being 300 pounds. It'll take less because he missed a year and he's overweight, but his value
we're
is
still doing
fucking
windmill dunks. Wow.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Between the legs and shit.
It's still gonna be Obi, Cam, 2 or 3 first rounders, probably McBride, something along those lines. I think they can keep Quick and RJ out the league, but not much more.
Yeah, RJ's definitely not gonna be. RJ's untouchable. I think Quick. I feel like
they're gonna be Quick and Obi.
I think Quick would work so well in that because you're not using a traditional point guard at that point. RJ can control the rock, Zion can control the rock, and Obi being a good shooter, spaces the floor for them. So I think prototypical, in today's NBA, he would work well for them.
Yeah.
If they were to make such a
I fucks with Quick if we were to keep.
I don't know why the league ain't saying fucking rig the draft like they should have done to get y'all Zion in the first place, but that's just me.
Yeah, they only rigged the draft.
That shit was lined up for y'all to get Zion, and they just fucked everything up.
They only rigged the draft for every other team, but they don't do it.
We don't talk about that shit, bro. Yeah. We don't talk. Ever since fucking Patrick Ewing decided to do a fucking finger roll instead of a dunk, they're like, you know what? We can't give the niggas shit. We're not giving these niggas nothing. So here we go.
Mind you, forget that Cleveland struck out 6 number 1 overall picks in a row, but that's
bro. Was it 6?
Bro.
I'm exaggerating.
It was like 4.
They had Kyrie.
Kyrie was right.
Anthony
Bennett was terrible.
So 4. So they had 4 picks.
They traded
Wiggins. Anthony Bennett was terrible.
They had Dion Waiters was like a top 2 pick, right? Dion Waiters was like 2, right?
No, Waiters was 4 if I remember correctly.
Nah, Dion was higher. I thought Dion was higher than that.
I
think Dion was like 2.
Andrew Wiggins.
No, Waiters was 4.
Only 2 I remember.
Wiggins was 1.
Oh, Wiggins was 1. Yeah, I mean, any people, but Wiggins was 1. I can
check it out. When was Dion Waiters drafted? Overall pick. I thought it was like 2 or 3 or some shit like that.
2012, first round, 4th pick. So yeah. So Waiters was 4. Tristan Thompson was a top 5
Top
pick as
5.
well.
Yeah.
I think he
I
was
think
4
so.
as well.
He was 4.
I
Yeah,
think,
he was 4.
Yeah, he was 4 as well.
Top
Yeah.
5 pick, yeah, for sure.
Wow.
So he was 4 as well.
Who came
I'm
out that
gonna roll
draft that they fucked up on that one?
That was the Embiid draft, wasn't it?
That's 2011.
But Embiid came out before Tristan Thompson, so they didn't have a shot at Embiid.
No.
Embiid came out-
Oh yeah,
No.
Embiid was 3rd. Embiid got drafted 3rd that draft, right?
Yeah, I think.
No. 2011, y'all boys? Yeah,
2011
Who came out
got-
2011? Tristan Thompson.
Embiid's been in the league for like seven years. Let's.
No,
I know-
excuse me. He's right. So Kyrie was
So
first
that draft
year.
was Kai, Jonas Valanciunas, Kemba was 3rd, Clay was 4, Kawhi was 5.
No, that's wrong. So
Is
that
that the
draft
wrong-
was no, that's the right draft, but your order's wrong. Kemba was 1. Excuse me, Kyrie was 1. Derek Williams was 2nd to.
Oh, you're right. I was reading wrong. You're right.
Enes Kanter was 3rd. Tristan
Derek
Thompson
Williams was
4th.
2. Oh shit, I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
Valanciunas was 5th. Jan Vesley was 6th. The Wizards.
John
fucked that one up.
Vesley?
Yeah. John. Beyond
Bismack
Bismack Biyombo was
Biyombo was a
7th
top 10 pick?
to Charlotte.
Bismack
Yeah.
Biyombo.
Brandon Knight was 8 to the Pistons. Kemba Walker, cardiac was 9 to the Bobcats.
Brandon
Jimmer was 10. Clay was
Jimmer
11.
Jimmer for that? Holy shit.
Yeah, Jimmer got drafted before Clay. Alec Burks 12. Markieff and Marcus Morris 13 and 14.
That's wild.
They got
Kawhi
drafted
Leonard
back-to-back.
15.
Wow.
Vucevic
I bet a
15.
lot of niggas punching air on that one.
Right? That Kawhi.
Then no
Vucevic
one of
was-
substance really. Oh, Tobias Harris 19 actually. Reggie Jackson 24. Jimmy Butler 30.
That was Jimmy Butler's year.
Yeah. Chandler Parsons 38.
Jimmy Butler went so low.
Chandler Parsons been stealing money.
Facts.
Bertans got
Speaking of
drafted in this one.
stealing money, ain't y'all just stop paying Lou Allen?
Lou Aldane, yeah, hell
Yes,
yeah, baby.
All
Let's
Dame's
go.
contract is
Woo, gotta go
finished.
to the club.
That nigga is off the books.
Throw that bread up, baby.
All right, so now that we moved on to Luol Deng and the disappointing Lakers, let's talk about the disappointing Lakers. So how y'all feeling about the season?
Go ahead, Agan. I'll let you start,
No,
bro.
don't let me start nothing. You go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro, because I'm gonna bring a little optimism. But y'all go. You go.
No, go ahead.
bro.
Bring optimism.
Can
What
you spell
optimism?
optimism? Because there's no
What
way a Laker fan can
optimism?
spell optimism right now.
Bro, let
But
me.
that's why-
Let him bring her optimism. I'm curious. I'm curious. Bring her optimism. Go ahead.
Nah, wait, X, bro, there's no way.
like-
No, please. X, please. What's the optimism, bro?
I'm curious too.
Yeah, I'm going to be entertained tonight.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna sound like a Cowboys fan, but yo, next year's gonna be our year, man.
Oh,
You fucking drunk, nigga. The fuck is you talking about, nigga?
Now, when you say
No,
our,
that shit-
are you pulling a bars and leaving the Giants for the Bengals, or like
Nah,
are we still
like,
talking
for
about the
real,
Lakers?
We still talking about the Lakers. Granted, a lot of things need to happen in the offseason. This nigga.
I think I'm going to LA Sparks.
A lot of
Ain't no
shit
way
needs to
talking
happen in the
about
offseason. No, for real.
Ain't no
Like,
way.
no, for real. Because
There's no
I
way.
think me and him are reading the article. We're like, yo, if we make some offseason moves, which they probably won't.
He put you in that shit when he said me and him, Agan. So
Yeah, he put you in it. So
Are you
now I
fucking-
can-
No, no. We read the article. That's all we're
It's
saying. I'm not
weird.
saying he's part of my optimism, but
Mm.
I don't know. I see them turning around. I feel like we'll move Russell. We'll move
turning
Westbrook.
around.
All right,
Nigga,
okay,
we will
The
turn
only way
around,
we
bro.
turn around is if we got a roundabout. That's
Y'all
about it.
niggas are
Other
doing
than that,
Wait,
360.
wait.
That's the only way you're turning around.
Like, yo,
You're gonna end up
let's
we're
in
stay
the
on-
same
terrible.
shit.
Let's stay on
I
Westbrook.
gotta keep
for
it a
second.
buck.
You're
I'll
wild.
keep it a buck. We are terrible.
100%.
But
Nigga,
I feel like if we get rid of
stating
one
the
or two
obvious,
persons,
nigga.
yeah. But I just
I'm waiting for your
I'm not gonna
optimism.
downplay
That's
it.
what I'm
No,
waiting
that's what I'm
for.
saying. I'm not gonna say optimism to that. I just have to keep it a buck. It's,
Only optimism that you got
We're
is that
a terrible fucking
Magic
team.
Johnson's son don't come to the game no more.
You can't say that.
we gonna edit that
You
out.
about to get canceled, bro.
Back to Westbrook, though. Back to Westbrook. You
That was
think they
about
gonna
as
trade
bad as the
Westbrook?
whatchamacallit, bruh.
No.
Shut up.
Stop.
Don't even say it. We can have it both in the same
Don't you
episode.
say it.
We can have one.
Don't
We
you
can have
fucking say
both.
it. Nah.
Don't you fucking say it.
We already on 2 strikes. Chill out.
And that was just with that joke alone. Oh no, Megan
Facts.
was the second strike. Actually, that was the first strike, Megan.
What?
That
What
Magic
Megan
Johnson
Travis
was-
Stallion do?
Listen, that was a foul ball.
Back to Westbrook getting traded.
Go ahead, Xavier. I'm waiting for the optimism.
Who gonna trade for Westbrook? Now that you mention it, that's a good question.
I mean, it's been rumored that Charlotte
It's
is
rumored.
pushing for Westbrook.
I think
don't
that's a false
understand
rumor.
why.
Continue.
I don't see how Charlotte would push for
Right.
it.
I don't believe it, but that's the rumor.
Maybe to get Gordon Hayward out of there because that nigga.
Yeah,
about
that's
as useless as who knows.
right.
Yeah, he stay hurt.
But
I mean,
I don't know. I'm hoping something in the offseason comes around and we can actually do something with it. But the way it stands right now, like, I mean, yeah, you can kick rocks, throw dirt. I don't know, man.
Well, who do you think is going to want him? Is really the key. Like, who do you think is going to?
I don't know.
So
man. I feel like the Lakers will buy him out,
done?
and then
He doesn't. He won't.
Yeah,
He won't do a buyout.
You done? He's not doing a buyout. He's
not doing a buyout.
He's going to
I'm saying
opt
the
into
Lakers
his
want to
48
buy him
million
out.
or 47 million. He's not doing a fucking buyout.
Right.
And if I was him after what he put up this year, I wouldn't take no buyout either, nigga. Y'all paying me all my coins. I don't give a
facts.
fuck or whatever. I'll shoot you
You're not
niggas
getting
in the
nowhere
stands
else.
for the rest of the fucking year, nigga. I don't give a fuck. So
But yeah,
first things first, we
franchise
got done
killer.
playing Luol Deng. We can go back in the hole in the bank and cut this nigga and stretch his money out for the next however long that's gonna last us. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the easiest solution to get rid of Westbrook. Probably.
Do you realize what it would cost y'all to stretch Russell Westbrook? Just out of curiosity.
late GM already said that he wants Westbrook back.
Yeah. So
But
fuck that
even
nigga.
so,
fuck
like
that
you,
nigga.
just so we're clear, you realize that to extend to do what you're suggesting against Westbrook, he would count for the next 3 years at just over $15 million against the cap. So you guys would be paying in dead money for the next 3 years, roughly $16 million.
So
a year
that's
for
an
someone-
option. My suggestion would be to just, fucking sit on a fucking grenade, bro. Rock with this nigga next year, and then he'll be out of there. You know what I'm saying? The following year. That's the only thing you really can do. And
Yeah, but LeBron will be a year older, and AD still got paper.
whatever, that's his fucking choice, nigga. Fuck him. And then fucking, I mean, we have the option to fucking maybe if Houston wants to call us back maybe for the John Wall option, but they already said Genie don't want to give up the first pick, the first round pick that we have in fucking 2027 or whatever it is. They don't want to give that up, so that ain't happening. So pretty much every other trade is null and void. I seen something where they were saying Indiana's interested, where they might want to possibly, or the option would be to get Buddy Hield and Brogdon. But even with that, we would have to add in draft compensation or whatever as well. So if fucking Genie is so hell bent on holding draft compensation to not move Russell Westbrook, then the only thing to do is to keep him and just rock out for the next year, and wherever that lands us, it lands us. So pretty much bring back the same fucking team, because with those three niggas making 40, 45, and 47, all we could put back on the court is the same niggas we had last year for the most part, or some kind of variation of it.
You got 360, bro. You got 360 out there. That boy's about to turn it around.
Bro.
360, right?
It's the same fucking.
Talk about a fucking disappointment, my nigga. Like,
it is.
This shit is the most embarrassing season I've ever seen in my fucking life. Probably, I don't know, I want to say the history of basketball, but probably of the fucking history of basketball, my nigga.
As long as I've
that
been a
shit
Laker
was
fan,
ass-tastic. Like,
I've never
it's
been so disappointed
unfucking believable that they made a play-in, bro, where it's designed to give you 2 extra places, bruh, to have a chance at making the playoffs, and we can't even make that shit, bro. I don't give a fuck about any injuries, all that shit, bro, because motherfucking Denver ain't have no Jamal Murray, no MPJ. Fucking the Clippers were missing motherfucking Kawhi Leonard, Paul fucking George for a better part of the season or whatever. So all that fucking, the fucking young ass Grizzlies were missing their fucking best player for a good portion of the season as well. And everybody else in the fucking playoffs, play in or whatever you want to call it. So that whole AD wasn't.
No, the Grizzlies are actually the playoffs, not the play-in. That's
I'm just saying. I said playoffs play. I said playoff play-in because I mentioned the Clippers and they're in the play-in or whatever. That's why I said that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you said it though. Grizzlies are fucking where they're at. Jokic, literally missing both of his running mates, was in the fucking playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Fucking having an MVP year, bro. Dog, these niggas ain't got shit to say to me, bro. And then they want to blame Frank Vogel for all this shit, making him fall on the fucking knife.
Wild.
That's fucked up. Acting like Frank Vogel was the reason when they wouldn't let a nigga could pick his staff. Fucking, they were bitching about him about the lineups he had or whatever. Nigga couldn't pick the fucking team. Like, bro, the shit's capped. And then
that's why y'all lost another coach. And they got lost.
Bro, exactly. They said niggas, and then how they did, cause fucking that's just gonna put a sour taste in everybody's mouth, bro. Nobody want to fucking touch the Lakers right now, nigga. When you can't even make your own decisions, when you coming in to take over a team or be a coach of a team, you can't even be like, hey, I need this nigga on my staff. I'm gonna run shit the way I want to run shit, and you can't do it, bro. Like they just,
you just a puppet at that point. They just need somebody to stand on the court.
Yeah, y'all got to lay coach, lay GM. Like,
listen,
you can't pick your own thing.
KD said that playing with LeBron is toxic, and it shows more than ever. Because just him being in that organization and how he manages and runs things, it's like,
so
you
if
can't
you look at it, right? What was it? So it was, let's say, Kuz, Lonzo, BI.
What, back then?
I'm just saying, like all your. So you guys lost all your picks.
Young.
You guys
all our
lost
picks,
all your actual players
picks
that you got from the picks, from
correct,
people that LeBron has brought in when he came to the Lakers.
Lay GM.
So, it's wild. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, you remember back
a
couple of episodes ago, I was bitching about that or whatever. Heavily,
y'all were like,
I mean,
heavily.
The young kids.
But at the end of the day,
we ain't gonna talk about that because titles don't matter no more. So
at the end of the day, I feel like the tenure is a failure. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like you missed the playoffs. You won in the bubble. You play in tournament, first round exit the following year after that, and then now you're not even in the play-in
this year.
So it's just like what are we talking about here? And then we mortgaged our future. For like we're literally fucking eating a tub of peanut butter right now with nothing to drink nearby, my nigga. Like we're fucking choking. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, because we can't do shit. Like the only thing that we can do is put the same core out there on the court and try to find whatever other nigga want to come to the Lakers to play after all the other signings are done. We'll get the fucking rest of the stragglers out there who's fucking still looking for the job, or we'll go to the G League and hire some more niggas on 10-day contracts and shit, or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying?
I got Kent Bazemore on the bench.
So let me ask you a question because I feel like pissing you off even more.
You can't. I'm numb. I told you that.
If y'all didn't have AD and LeBron, and y'all started the season with Lonzo, Kuzma, and Brandon Ingram,
okay,
run the back. The
would
deja
you be
vu.
happy?
Would I be happy?
Would you be happy right now? Yeah.
Yes.
You a damn fucking fool or a liar? I don't know. I haven't figured out which one. But
I'm dead ass serious. I'd be happy.
You wanted them. So
I'd be happy.
So you just.
Why wouldn't I be happy?
Because so let me get this straight. You care about how y'all lose, but not that y'all lose. Because be clear, you would have lost either way. So I'm trying to figure out: is it because you lost with LeBron, AD, and Westbrook?
Oh yeah.
Is that why you're mad? Because you were gonna lose with Kuzma, BI, and Lonzo.
I mean,
absolutely. So listen. Let me say something.
And Zubac. I don't want to disrespect Zubac. Go ahead,
Barsh.
I don't want to.
Go ahead, Barsh.
If you got those three that you mentioned right now, and you're not even making the play-in, I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off, bro. There's no way I'm paying these niggas 120 mil to not make a fucking play-in. There's no way.
That's what I'm saying. Niggas think I'm fucking wilding, bro. Like, if I have Brandon Ingram, I have Lonzo, I have Josh Hart, I still have Kuzma, I have Zubac.
Oh, and Hart too.
I still have whatever, because I'm thinking that, in those years I'm still like either in a play-in or I'm still getting other lottery picks in that time frame to bolster my roster or whatever it is. And we had other players on the team as well,
That's
or
true.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm out of the play-in right now, and I got literally $120 million tied up in 3 niggas right now.
You got two
with
two
no
what
picks.
They're calling the top 2 of the top 10 players in the league when healthy.
Yeah.
And then you got
Russell
3
Westbrook.
of the top 350 when all 3 are playing together and healthy. Because Westbrook's about 340.
And then if I forget what the numbers is, but even when fucking
bad.
all 3 of them were playing together, they still weren't winning. They still weren't winning.
Yeah, they were 11-9 with those 3 together.
You know what I'm saying? They still weren't winning, dog. So
they were 2 games over 500.
Fucking God, bro.
Oh.
It was bad.
Like
bro,
I said,
niggas still weren't winning, bro. And then, like, at
spent.
the point we are right now, we can't even fucking make a move to change anything around. That's why they fucking fired Frank Vogel, bro. Because it's like, hey, listen, I can't punch this nigga in the face, so let me punch you in the face, buddy. I know you ain't do
so
shit
here's my
wrong.
second question to piss you off even more. Yeah, no, let me, because I just want to piss you off. Had you been making the finals every year and losing in the finals every year, and you didn't win the finals, let's say you lost to Miami in the finals in the bubble,
okay,
and every year since,
I lost
minus
to the
the
finals.
first year,
I made it to the finals.
Yeah, we
we
won't
make it
count
to
the
the
first
finals
year.
every year.
Before 80, not 80,
Before 80.
Before 80. Okay.
After 80, if you would have made the finals every year, but lost in the finals every year, would you be happy?
Yes, that's what I paid for.
All right,
That's-
so
that-
I can't argue
that's
with
the-
insanity. So that's pretty much
that's-
where we're at with this one.
That's the nigga that we thought we were getting when he came into the Lakers. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Obviously, we know
you're gonna get a
from the
push
track
every
record
year,
over his
regardless.
19 years of being in the league. Well, despite his first tenure in Cleveland, and maybe you can discount Miami because we all know once Pat Riley was like, "Hey, nigga, you not running shit here. Like, I run this shit, and if you don't fucking like it, get the fuck out of here," or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? But even when he went back to Cleveland, you know what I'm saying, and then our tenure here, he puts pressure on you to obviously you have to win now, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to win now, whether it's trading every young person you got in the fucking building to get whatever stars he has or to get a star over there or whatever. We understand that, but in return, we're going to the finals. You know what I'm saying? And the hope is to deliver a championship or whatever it is. But you know I'm
gonna stop you right there. So I'm actually gonna stop you right there. If the hope is to win a championship, then why are you valuing getting there more than actually winning the title? Because that's what you guys have been doing.
Because we haven't played competitive basketball. So we won a championship in a bubble. So the reason why we haven't been able to win anything since is because of injuries. They had a 3-month off break to be healthy to play in a bubble where you don't travel or whatever. It's still a championship. Everybody had the same conditions. But I think we could probably compete in the playoffs if we had 3 months off to let Anthony Davis heal up and to be healthy for a fucking month and a half or 2 months of basketball or whatever it is and whatnot. So that plays a factor into it. You know what I'm saying? That was the perfect storm for our team to win, I believe, or whatever, because our main issue is health or whatever at the end of the day. So that's what I feel like. And outside of that perfect storm, we have not played competitive basketball, period. So that's why I say I value the competitiveness of basketball over the course of the tenure versus the one bubble championship. That's what I'm saying.
I get wanting to see your team win on a more consistent basis, but if y'all was making the finals every year, believe it or not, if y'all were making the finals every year and losing in the finals every year, they would be blasting you more than they are now.
I doubt it.
Ain't no way.
Ain't no way. Like, you have LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook on the same team.
Considering what you have on the floor,
several Hall of Famers, and you did not
playoffs.
you couldn't get to a 10th seed to have the option to play to be in the playoffs.
100%.
I promise you.
It's not like
I
you just
promise
got.
you.
It's not like you just lost in the playoffs. You didn't even.
The
make
shit
the
that
playoffs.
they've been giving LeBron credit for this whole time in the GOAT conversation is that he made it to 8 straight finals or 9 straight finals or whatever it is. It didn't.
And lost the majority.
They wasn't. Right. The fact that they were looking at it as he made it to that many finals. I promise you, if that wasn't the case and he was first round exit, no playoffs, can't make a play in, it's worse, bro. Like,
I'm sorry, yes. For him, yes.
Well, that's what we're talking about. It's him.
No.
He's on the team.
No. I'm talking about as a fan. You making the finals every year and losing in the finals every year is a bigger heartbreak than you basically saying, I can't watch them anymore after the first couple months of the season. Because you're not getting over the hump, you're watching finals basketball and losing every year in the finals is more heartbreaking than freaking not even making the playoffs. Right now, you get to watch good basketball, and it's not like you're heartbroken every game. You watch the Lakers
I disagree because
you watch every game?
I disagree because like back when we lost in 2008 to the Celtics or whatever, it sucked. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that it's like I have confidence that we have the option, like we have the potential to get back there and play again, which we happen to win the next 2 years after that or whatever.
And that's
it is.
The difference because you won.
We won, but the fact of the matter is like it's like all right, I can get back to it. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga, like I'm like I didn't make the play in this year, and I'm like, you know what? Shit,
you're not making it again next year.
I might not make it again next year. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what we're talking about. Like that's worse. And then me being a Laker fan living on the East Coast, if I want to watch a fucking imagine this, my nigga. Imagine this. Imagine staying up to 10:30
to watch
these niggas play.
But you don't have
and then to watch the shit that I had to watch, bro. That means a nigga staying up to I can go to a party, I can go to a bar, I can go to a lounge, I can get fucked up, I can go fucking watch, some shit with my old lady on Netflix to 1 o'clock in the morning. There's a lot of shit I can do to 1 o'clock. I can go play fucking Call of Duty to 1 o'clock in the morning than watch these niggas play basketball, bro. So
with the amount of
I don't want to hear this shit.
I just think that what you want, just the chance to make it every year.
I'd prefer to make it every year than to be absolutely dumpster fire garbage.
Losing in a 7-game series. Than to not, like he said, than to not make it at all. Because I feel like it's more of an
embarrassment. As a Knicks fan, like no shade, all seriousness.
I already gave you my answer. If you told me that in the next 5 years we're gonna win a title and be a dumpster fire in the 4 years after that, I will sign up for that now, tomorrow, through
But
Sunday,
y'all haven't won. But y'all haven't. But I'm asking y'all haven't won. But your question was, would I rather be a dumpster team or be to the finals every year and not win it?
But you did win it. That's your option. You have a title. If you would have made it to the finals, lost against Miami, and then we're a dumpster fire every other year, you would have a case. But that's not the case. You have a title. LeBron won a title as a Laker. And then they've been trash every other year he's been on the team. But you have a title. So if you're asking me, would I trade 1 year of a title with bad of the next 4 years? Definitely. And if you ask him more, I guarantee he's going to say the same thing.
This is deja vu. We going around in circles on this shit. We're going back to episode 3. So we can't.
But at the end of the day, my nigga. Okay, go ahead. Y'all.
You talking about watching mediocrity? Like we haven't had to watch mediocrity for the last 20 years. So you're not telling me nothing I haven't had to already see.
You're watching mediocrity. I'm not even watching that shit. That's my point, my boy. Like, and
First
I have fucking.
Y'all won 30-something.
So imagine.
Y'all won 30-something games. We've had years in recent memory where we barely cracked the 20-win mark.
You got LeBron James on your team?
What happened?
You got LeBron on your team?
I don't care whether we had LeBron, I don't care who you had.
That does matter. That does matter. What do you
We had Melo. We had Carmelo Anthony, and we won 20-something games.
All right.
According to the critics,
we had Carmelo Anthony in his prime
so let me
and won 20-something games.
So let's just say, you had say you had like
here we go.
Giannis on your squad, and let's say maybe Bradley Beal as your top 2 people in New York.
Okay.
And y'all didn't make the bubble. You straight? You good with that?
Did we win the year before?
We didn't win the year before. You were the first round exit the year before.
Did we win 2 years before? Then I would have been fucking straight. That answers your question.
You fucking crazy.
Yes, I would have been fucking straight. They could have won 11 games over the next 2 seasons. But if you telling me
if you win 11 games over the next 2 seasons with Bradley Beal and Giannis, and you're straight, I don't care
if they had Bradley Beal, Giannis, if they reincarnated Kobe, if they brought back Magic Johnson from AIDS. I don't care what you say. If you're telling me
bubble
that
with
3
months
years preceding
bro,
we won
like,
a title, then I'm fucking happy. Okay, I'm not happy in that moment because I expected more. But you know what? I could look back and say, you know what? I got to see my team win an NBA title. You got to see your team win an NBA title in the last 3 seasons.
Nigga, in Disney World, bro, because they had 3 months off, bro. The reason why we were healthy,
I'm 34 years old, and I've never seen the Knicks hold a banner. Okay, so you're not telling me nothing. I'm 34 years old. I've been on this earth walking for 33, existing for 34, and the Knicks have never won. So you hit the
RCG. I'm 34.
We won a title 3 years ago, but we've been trashed for 2 years since. I don't give a fuck. That doesn't make sense. You mad over bullshit. Y'all won a title 3 years ago because y'all bad now, but you won a title 3 years ago, not 30.
Nigga, we won a title 13. A year and a half ago, my boy. Like what changed?
A year and a half? I said 3. There you go. You make it even better. There's your optimism.
Ago.
You looking for extra optimism? There's yours.
What changed?
Maybe the Monstars took your powers. What does it matter? You won a title 3 seasons ago.
That bro, in the perfect storm, we won a title in the bubble, dog. Niggas were allowed to be healthy because we had a
bro. Watch baseball. The Dodgers won a title since then. Watch baseball. I don't know what to tell you. 3 seasons ago, you won a title.
Bro,
you're complaining
I
over dumb
you're
shit.
A Knicks fan.
This is why nobody likes Laker fans.
Seen your team won.
This is why nobody likes Laker fans. By the way, nobody likes Laker fans because even when y'all blessed, y'all complain.
We're blessed.
This is why nobody likes.
I got 3 niggas making $120 million, and I can't make a 10th seed.
So that's crazy. Do you know who was the last free agent that wanted to sign with the Knicks?
That ain't my fault, my boy.
Like, how is that our problem?
Here's my problem. Y'all
almost had KD.
Fuck that.
Y'all almost had KD and Kyrie.
This is my problem. The Los Angeles Lakers were dog shit. They were worse than the shit that you pick up walking through the Bronx. And the best player
Why are you
in
always bashing the
basketball.
Bronx, bro? I'm so upset.
Because the Bronx is a third world country. So anyway,
damn, bro,
they were worse than
always
anything you can find in the worst parts of the world. They were that trash. And the best player in basketball at the time, LeBron James, decides, I want to sign with you. That is the gift of being a Laker fan. It is white privilege. Being a Laker fan is white privilege. It is being born white. That's being a fucking Laker fan.
No, it's not.
You had the best player in existence at the moment that plays basketball. Wanting to play for a 22-win team because y'all were the Los Angeles Lakers. That's being a Laker fan. And even then, y'all still give up the fucking right to be a fan because it's like, oh, well, we've been trash since we won a title a couple years ago. Y'all are fucking Karen. That's what you sound like. You sound like a fucking Karen. You go to grocery stores across fucking Florida talking about, I want to give my groceries back because this has a tear in it. That's you. That's a Laker fan. Y'all disgraceful because y'all don't at least appreciate the one title. And again, I'm not a LeBron fan by any means. I really can't stand him as a basketball player. But that said, at least appreciate that he at least was the best player on your team winning a title not 3 seasons ago. You're complaining about stupid shit. Oh, because you guys are bad now. Who the fuck cares? You know how many teams have won since the Lakers won a title? 2. Milwaukee and whoever wins the title this year. Those are the 2 teams that have won since the Lakers have won a title. You know how many teams have won since the Knicks have won a title? I don't fucking know. The whole league, pretty much. Imagine being a Charlotte Hornets fan. Imagine being a freaking Sacramento Kings fan who were cheated by a referee scandal out of winning the only title they would have won. Imagine being a Phoenix Suns fan besides making the finals last year when they had the most exciting team in basketball and they were cheated out of Amari Stoudemire walking on court and getting suspended for a game. Imagine being a fan of actual franchises who haven't won shit and have been still sticking with their team because they're fans of that team. And we got fucking privileged Laker fans talking about our title don't mean shit because we're bad in the next 2 seasons. Who the fuck cares? Struggle with being bad. Stop being a baby. Watch them bad and then watch them be good again. You being fucking stupid over them being bad. While they were bad with the kids. They were still bad. You just could watch them bad because they were kids. You got Kyle Kuzma dyeing his hair every fucking color of the rainbow. You got fucking Lonzo Ball who had more commercials than games played or points scored. You had D'Angelo Russell snitching on his teammates. You had Julius Randle not passing the ball to anybody but himself. But that's what you'd rather have, or besides LeBron James, Anthony Davis,
in my defense, the team that I wanted didn't have Julius Randle on there.
I don't give a fuck whether they have him or not.
Y'all can have him.
Like the complaints that you're giving us are just.
But I'm saying, but the year,
right.
but I think the year before LeBron got there, I think we're in the same place that we are now, 11th place.
Who the fuck cares the year after you won?
Same place. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So let's switch gears because we are
wild, bro.
We are going back to old episode. We are. It's deja vu. It's deja vu with a lot more sound bites, and I'm fucking dying. Let's move.
Like I'm telling you, y'all white privilege. That's y'all fanhood. Is white.
How are we white privilege?
White privilege.
Oh Lord, niggas is going
literally winning a title and complaining about it after is white privilege. That's now you know how the other side lives. That's white privilege. Congrats, that's white privilege. Like, if you get stopped for being black tomorrow and show them you're a Laker fan, they let you go. That's white privilege.
Please.
That's white privilege. You don't be like Uncle Ruckus on the Boondocks. Oh, you really white? My bad. I'm sorry. They gonna let you go. That's where you at, son. Like,
go ahead, Bars. You wanted to say something. You have any comments on the Lakers, sir?
On the Lakers? No, y'all said it all. I mean, at the end of the day, y'all niggas trash. Y'all got a title. You know, I mean, as a Knicks fan, I'm not as old as Money, but as a Knicks fan, you know, I haven't seen.
You know what? Fuck you for that. All right, I understand I'm old. Go to hell. Don't think that. Don't think that I didn't catch that.
Slide that under the carpet.
Shots at me. Fuck you.
You know, the best thing that I could do was fucking grow up and watch the Knicks fucking fight for their lives to get fucking their asses beat by the fucking Bulls.
Year in and year out.
Like that's back when I saw the Knicks be competitive, bro, back in the 90s, and now you know it's 2022 from the 2022
from the 90s, man.
It's 2022, and
those
we made the playoffs last year, and you know niggas was excited until we got fucking dog walked. And now, you know, we're going back. So we make the playoffs, and then we go back to the same shit for another 10 years. So I'm 100% Money. I will take a title to raise my son up like Simba and be like, look, we did it, son. We fucking did it. We did it, Joe.
And take 20 win seasons over the next 5 years.
That's right.
And I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care if we're dog shit because we've been dog shit for fucking how many years? Just give me a time, like, bro. I just want to have something to be proud of the Knicks.
And then the fact that this nigga was missing games, bro, like sitting out games, my nigga.
Oh, he tried to sit out so he could hold the fucking what's it called, bro?
Critical games that we needed in order to get a.
Where he said, according to
he didn't qualify.
He would have. So hold on, pause. He was like 2 or 3 games short.
Yeah,
and he knew the media would fucking fry his shit if he started to play those last meaningless games to try to win a scoring title. That's why he set the fuck out. Let's be real.
Yeah.
They were going to fry his shit.
Looking at that shit.
Because he set out against the Nuggets to then play the next day against the Pelicans to lose with AD. Then set out against a must-win game against the Suns. And then, and after we lost to the Suns, I think the Spurs won that night. We were out of contention. I think he needed like 2 or 3 more games to qualify for the scoring title, but I know fucking whoever he has in his corner, or maybe he even knew, because he's fucking not stupid, was like, hey, listen, if I play these meaningless games to go in here and drop 30 or 40 points to win a scoring title, they are going to fry my shit.
I ain't gonna lie. I
make
think
the
you're giving him
playoffs.
more credit. This is the same man that held a whole ESPN special to tell Cleveland that he was leaving them to go to
Well,
Miami.
maybe he didn't decide that. Maybe a nigga in his corner told him, hey, listen,
Right.
Ain't
if
none
you
of them
play these
smart
next
either.
couple
Yeah,
games, they are going to fry your shit because you're playing meaningless games to get a scoring
Nah.
title.
I don't think so. And the reason why I don't think so is
Empty stats.
because he here's why. He is more obsessed with the quest to pass Jordan than what people think of him right now. And if giving him another scoring title would have given him another edge to close the gap, to pass, whatever you want to call it, whether you believe he's better, whether you believe he's not there yet, wherever you land on that side of the fence, if giving him another scoring title or a scoring title, I don't know if he has one right now. I think he has one. He may not, though. If giving him a scoring title right now would have closed that gap, put him over, whatever the case is, he would have done it. I just don't think he was healthy enough to play. I don't think he even cares what the media would say.
I disagree with that.
No.
I disagree with that. And reason being is because he would not play against a team that we need to beat, that we would need all the dogs to play to beat, like the Nuggets, to play the next day to play the Pelicans. Or he would not play a game and then come back and play the Rockets. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the shit he was doing throughout the season. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he would not play.
They were going to lose.
He would not.
Well, I'm going to play if we're going to lose.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like,
What am I wasting my minutes for?
If you're trying to eclipse Jordan, you want to do whatever you got to do to make it to the play-in, so you can at least give your guys a chance to make it. Because
Nah, I don't
all
think
I've
so.
been hearing all year is if we make it to the play-in and then we get a fucking healthy Anthony Davis, then Lakers could make some noise or whatever. Kind of the same kind of narrative they're giving the Brooklyn Nets or whatever. Like, hey, if they get all their dogs ready for the playoffs, they can make some noise. Which it ends up turning out that they have that chance to do that. But for us, I just felt like he was missing, or he chose to sit out a lot of key games that we needed him for. Like the Suns, like the Nuggets towards the end of the season, like the Jazz towards the end of the season, or whatever that he should have been playing in my opinion. Especially, I think the game he missed against the Jazz were already on a 5-game losing streak.
Yeah, but they still were going to lose against the Jazz because the Lakers.
Maybe lost against the Jazz, but I mean,
Of course.
when
Look,
your best player
LeBron
is out.
LeBron is cerebral. He's not. That's one thing about him. He's cerebral, and I think that.
I feel like
I wonder if he cerebrally saw this fucking 11 seed that we got.
I mean,
Really
it's
not,
either
because
way.
that nigga was on fucking Twitter talk about our age, talk about our personnel age, talk about us, please keep that same
And
energy.
this season is not
And
and according to him, it's not a failure. Come on, bro.
Yeah, that's wild.
He said that? I missed that.
Yeah, he said that. Season's not a failure.
No, there's no way.
In his exit interview,
Cerebral-
he said it's not.
cerebral
It wasn't.
I mean,
Let me Google that.
I'm
shit.
not
Hold on.
surprised. Westbrook said it was a disappointing season because he didn't average a triple double, but that's the guy I traded for. So
He said he didn't get to do what he was. I guess he didn't get to do what he wanted.
He was
to do,
saying
I
this
guess,
season was
on
not
the
a
team.
failure.
I mean, shout out to LeBron, yo.
Hey,
Maybe to him it wasn't a failure. Maybe
Hey,
he
the
just wanted to
the
win
optimism.
a title. He just wanted to win one title, and then he wanted to
the
bullshit for the rest
optimism
of
I'm
his time
talking
there. Maybe it's not a failure. It's just a failure to Lakers fans. That's it.
it's the
That's
optimism
young
I'm
Lakers.
talking about. LeBron was like, "Hey, this season's not a failure."
What happened, Bars?
Wow.
Oh, he read it. Oh yeah, he read it.
No.
What happened, bro?
No.
What happened?
No.
What happened?
LeBron James. LeBron James.
James.
He said
LeBron.
he said the season was not a failure.
So you see what we're dealing with, right?
Hey, no,
You want to know why we're so upset?
Wow.
Hey, he
Do you
gives y'all
understand why we're
sound
so
bites. What are y'all
upset?
mad
No
for?
way.
Y'all relevant.
No, that's got to be.
I mean, not for the right reason, but y'all relevant.
No, that's
Nah,
ball
it's not a
sack
typo,
sports.
man.
No, there's no way. It's ball sack sports.
This ball sack.
Oh, thank you.
sports.
All right, so y'all stupid. Wait, is it
I'm
both
not-
sports?
No, that's
looking at
ESPN. Wow, that's crazy. Wow.
All right, we're going to
You
end
know
the
what I'm
Lakers
talking
topic
about?
on that one because that's actually impressive.
Do you hear what I'm saying? Though?
Lakers is ballsy for that one. That's.
Lakers,
Oh,
not
wow.
LeBron.
Well, LeBron is the Lakers, so the Lakers is
Yeah.
ballsy for that one.
It's like everybody done packed it up except for this
That
guy.
nigga's wilding. Wow.
And then you got
mean,
Russ out there.
Y'all Y'all got
You got Russ saying there's no Who we got? What?
Oh, who?
You guys have a pick in like the next couple of years. Was it not a failure because you guys would draft Brown?
Only thing we picking is a card out of a hat, nigga.
Well,
on
wait,
a magic
no,
trick.
hold on.
We ain't picking shit.
Y'all got next year's pick. I don't got this year.
We can't pick a goddamn booger right now, nigga. That's what kind of picks we got. We
Niggas
can't
are
pick
pulling
shit, bro.
straws to see what the starting.
Y'all got
lineup
this
is
year's
gonna be.
pick. Y'all don't got next year's pick.
Only pick we got is if we go back to slavery.
Because if I remember correctly, I'm gonna skip past that comment. I'm gonna skip past that comment.
God, nigga. We ain't
What I
picking
am
shit,
gonna-
bro.
I answered
We ain't
looking
picking
at
shit,
us like
nigga.
this.
We ain't picking shit, bro.
Remember when we said we had 2 strikes? Well, that was strike 3. So we gotta keep rolling because this is our last podcast.
What was strike 2?
You. The fuck you mean with strike 2?
What did I say?
I ain't repeating it because then that's strike 4 and then the FTC.
What was it about?
Some shit.
Something about Magic Johnson can't come to the games or something like that.
Oh,
or his
yeah.
son.
His sons can't come to these. Like, oh yeah. Nigga, look.
His son not coming to the game. Yeah, that was that.
He's proud of that.
Yeah,
comment.
because he's on the show now. He's busy filming in Hollywood. I was being for real. He on a TV show.
Yo,
Lake Show?
G.I. Joe, relax. We know that's not
Wearing
what I
dresses
said.
and
Anyway, that's not what I said.
That
Either way,
nigga strong.
what I am gonna say is,
Okay.
yeah. If I remember correctly, the Pelicans have your pick this year, and y'all could pick swap next year.
They definitely getting our pick
So
this
not
year.
a booger this year, but maybe a booger next year. What you tell?
You ain't picking shit, bro.
Nah, I mean y'all both could be like fairly bad. So if it's a swap situation next year, it could either way be it could be a lottery either way, or just out of the lottery.
Well, if they get Zion back healthy, I don't think they're gonna be
They're not gonna swap shit.
bad.
I mean, they had Zion the year before, and he was putting up numbers, and they were trash. So I mean,
But they got.
I'm not
CJ
gonna
now.
say that. I'm just gonna say that it could go either way.
Yeah, fact.
How long they got CJ for?
Huh?
How long they got
So
CJ?
CJ just got extended, so like 2
Yeah.
years,
That's what I was thinking. I wasn't sure.
They got him for some time.
like 2 more years.
I mean, if they come back healthy, they can put a decent squad on the floor.
They can put a playing squad together.
Yeah, I was about to say playing is legitimate. Phoenix is still better. Memphis is still better. Denver gets healthier, so Denver
Denver
gets
healthier.
Dallas.
The Clippers get
I think
healthier.
Dallas is still going to be there. Clippers going to be healthier.
Dallas has Lucas. So
Jazz will probably still be up there if Donovan Mitchell's still there.
If Donovan's still there.
If the Jazz get eliminated in the first round, I think Donovan asked for a trade. So and Gobert's definitely going to get traded. So
Yeah.
let's.
Who
If they
let's
don't
hold
blow
that.
it, if
let's-
they go back as the same team, the Jazz will still be there.
Yeah, if the Jazz go back to the same team, I agree. Jazz are better.
Yeah,
Minnesota might be better.
bracket?
You said Golden
Yeah,
State?
Golden State definitely
shit.
better.
Golden State, yeah.
Forgot
So
about
Denver
Golden
is.
State.
So the Jazz play Denver. Ooh.
Yeah, so playing
You think you?
anywhere from 8 to 10 seed, I can see them doing. But they hit the play-in and lose that game, then that's a lottery team. So and we don't know what Laker team is going to show up next year. Y'all may win a title next year. Y'all may play in China. I don't know. There's a range of things that can
You're
happen.
gonna win a
with the
title of
Lakers.
the worst fucking team in the league.
Bro, y'all still got LeBron and AD. Let's not forget if LeBron
We had
and
them
AD are
niggas last
healthy,
year, man.
Street clothes, AD.
but they weren't healthy last year either.
AD's not
Or the
gonna be
year
healthy
before
next
that.
year either.
I remember the year before that.
No, I mean,
Remember, he had 3
in
months
the bubble,
off.
they were fairly healthy.
AD's
Like the
not
bubble
playing-
year, y'all
3
were
months to
fairly healthy.
rest.
over under 80 playing 45 games next year.
Under.
Under.
Okay,
Under.
so he's not gonna be healthy. What are we talking about? Let's go.
See, but no,
100%
you asked
under.
a bad question. The way you phrased the question was in a betting sense, and if I had to bet money on it, he's playing under. But he could surprise us, and he could play 65, 70 games next year.
That ain't
If you
happening.
play 70 games,
That's not.
okay.
That'll
yeah,
be
no,
a blessing.
yeah. Okay, yeah, you're fucking.
I'm saying it can happen.
Call of
I'm
Duty
saying
was
it
good
can happen.
before.
Weeks
AD
apart.
There's zero
really
possibility.
If I had to
There's-
bet on it, I would bet the under.
There's zero chance that happens. Jesus
I don't
will come
know,
back
but
before
say zero.
AD plays 70 games.
You said what?
He's not playing 70
Jesus
games.
will come back before AD plays 70 games. 100%.
That nigga's not playing the full season.
There's no way.
I can't do it.
Bro, I think AD
I fail
Bro.
to believe it.
I
And
think.
you think you do what?
Nah, he not. Wait, whoa, hold on. A full season is 82 games. He's not playing 82 games. But I think
that.
We know
he can
that.
play-
Yeah, we knew that.
I think he can play 65, 70 games
Of what?
of basketball.
Of Tetris.
Of basketball. Like in his
Wait,
lifetime?
hold on. Time out. He played 40 games this year, which is terrible, obviously. He played 36 games last year, but last year was shortened to what?
I don't know, but he played 36 games.
I bet he missed half of last year.
36. I'm guessing.
Whether it was short, I bet he missed half.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
I think he's played like fucking 50 to 60 games at the Pelicans, maybe
in the
one.
2 years.
It was 72 games they played last year, so they was 10 under. So he played 36. He played exactly half of the games last year.
Right.
He played 62 games the year before in the bubble.
Okay. Yeah.
And that was
3 months
a
off?
52-19. So wait, that was 71 games. So he played.
That was a bubble year. That was a short year.
That was the short year. So he
yeah.
played 62 out of 71 games.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
look how much rest he had in between. It's not like he
sold,
ran those games.
He sold his
straight.
knees to the devil for a title, and now he'll never fucking be able to play over 40.
It's
42.
precedence. He played 75 games back to the back in 2016,
Money.
2017.
Money. This is 2022. That nigga's not getting younger. That nigga
nigga's
is
not
not
the same,
playing
bro. He
that
does not
amount
have
of
mega
games
knees.
ever again, bro. Unless he does
Bro.
fucking no injuries on
That nigga named
my career. And
They don't
he's
even
still
call
going
him
to be
the Brown
out
no
for
more. They call him
4
Freckles.
games. There's no way.
65 games he can play next year. I'm trying to give my Laker friend hope.
Under.
I'm trying to give my Laker friends hope.
Under.
they talking to you, X, trying to give you hope.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not a Laker fan no
under.
more?
No, I'm
Huh?
not a Laker fan.
I'm a Laker
No.
fan. You just can't give me hope.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
That's what I'm
shouting
saying.
Under. All that 65,
Ain't no
70
hope playing
talk,
65 games is like
I'm
fucking
shouting
Russell
under.
Westbrook shooting fucking 70% from fucking mid range. It's not gonna fucking happen. It's not happening.
Speaking of playing games, shout out to Mikal Bridges from the Suns, who hasn't missed a game since he's been in the NBA.
Yeah, 3 years now. He played more
That-
games in 3 years than AD is playing his career, but that's besides the point. The point is, 65.
And he ain't
games
missed a game in college either, I heard. So that's pretty fucking.
He ain't playing college, so it makes sense.
Hey, whatever.
I'm messing.
He ain't missed a game.
He did play.
That nigga played. That nigga was a hooper.
Yeah, they go play.
I'm messing.
All right. So as it stands,
as it stands.
what is your first round predictions? I know we still got some playing to go, but
Well, playing
let's-
right now looks like the Minnesota and the Clippers are in a good game right now.
It's a close game.
To
It's
Minnesota.
a tie game right now, 54-54 in the third quarter. Minnesota just went up 3, but yeah, it's a close game.
Yeah.
So that would depend on the winner of that game.
Shout out to Zubac for the turnaround hook shot just now.
Shout out to Zubac.
Ibaka playing.
Subaka. All right, so if we starting with the East, first matchup would be Miami versus the winner of the Cleveland, Atlanta, Charlotte playing.
Right.
Yeah, we don't know who that
Turmoil.
is.
we don't know. So I mean, so we just for
Miami's
argument's
beating
sake,
whoever
just say
plays.
Miami. Okay,
Yeah.
so Miami.
So we got Miami.
Although I think
agree.
the Hawks have the best chance out of the 3 teams at dethroning Miami.
Right to dethrone the right.
I don't think
But
so. I think
your
they're
final
beating
pick.
whoever they play.
So you're
No, I'm not saying Atlanta's going to beat them. I'm saying out of the 3 teams,
They have the highest
Atlanta has
chance.
the best chance of beating them.
Okay, well I like Miami in that series, whoever they play.
Then it's Boston versus Brooklyn.
I like Brooklyn.
I think Brooklyn's winning it, and the only reason why I'm thinking Brooklyn's winning it is because Boston got handcuffed by losing Robert Williams, who was their best defender. I think Robert Williams plays that series. I think it's a different series. I'm not gonna go out and say Boston would win the series. I'm gonna say that it would be a toss-up series. I think that
gotcha.
Boston is a more balanced team, and I think Boston could beat Brooklyn had they had Robert Williams. But since they don't,
Right.
I think
Bucks.
Brooklyn is that
I
series.
think-
Bucks is a layup.
Bucks and the Bulls.
Bucks
and Bulls, I like
and
Bucks.
Chicago. Bucks are going to blow the brakes off Chicago. I think
Yeah,
they
Bucks
win
is a layup.
if it takes that.
Good match. Raptors and Philly.
Thibault
Now-
can't play in Toronto.
Thibault can't play in Toronto. Yeah, I was gonna say
I'm sorry,
that.
who?
Not
Thibault.
Yeah,
He's
because
not fully
Thibault
vaccinated.
can't play. Yeah,
Right.
I
So
thought you
if
said
the-
Kyrie.
if the
That's why I had
games-
to ask.
Right. So if they don't steal a
But he
game,
can't either. But
Really?
if they don't, so if they
Yeah,
don't
no,
steal
in
game 3
Toronto,
or
if you're
4,
not vaccinated,
then
you
it's a
can't.
wrap.
He's,
Yeah.
he's
I didn't know
and
Thibault
the funny
wasn't
thing is
vaccinated.
he's half.
he's only got one
vaccinated.
shot. He's half vaccinated.
He's had one.
Yeah.
Right.
He
hasn't got the
said he
second
did
shot.
research and it didn't make sense for him to get the second shot, which makes no fucking sense. If you're gonna get the first one, get the second one. But that's basketball. Even if it's not
Yes,
gonna
exactly.
help.
Right. He said
Say-
that.
So they're not going to have one of their
Yeah.
top defenders in. Okay.
Yeah,
In-
he's just
Sorry.
flat out retarded.
Yeah.
Not even semi. He
Yeah.
went
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit was dumb as fuck.
yeah.
I think
dumb
I
as
said,
fuck.
hey,
He's
I
an
think
idiot.
I'm gonna put on one shoe. 'cause
And I'm
I
not,
feel like
I'm
the other one
not,
makes
I'm
any
not
purpose.
advocating for vaccine or no vaccine. I'm advocating
That's
for common
crazy.
sense. If you got one shot, then you weren't afraid to get the shot, get the second shot just so you could play. You're costing your team games now. It's
Yeah,
worse than Kyrie. At least Kyrie stood for something. Whether you
Yeah.
agreed or not,
Kyrie
Kyrie
didn't
stood
get
for
it at all.
something.
He
Kyrie didn't get it at all.
right?
To get
He
one
stuck with
shot and not get the
And then
second,
to back out,
motherfucker, you
yeah.
could have went and got the Johnson & Johnson, which was one shot. What was the point? Like, you
Nigga got the
really
shot,
just are stupid.
Went
You
home.
are
He's
flat
like, you
out-
know what?
Well,
You are flat out retarded.
So
You're like
who
the
you
guy
got?
who got no regrets.
So Philly,
Like,
Philly or Toronto? Who we taking?
Oh,
Who y'all taking?
it depends on what James Harden shows up. If James Harden can be half of what he normally is, Philly runs away with the series. If James Harden
so?
is the trash that he's been since being traded to Philly, I think Toronto has an outside shot.
I think I like Toronto, man. I like Toronto. I think Fred's defense. He hasn't been doing much on offensive defense. He's been playing real well defensively.
But who is he
Siakam
guarding? That's the problem.
Maxey.
Philly, and again, that's the problem. Philly's biggest strength poses a weakness for Toronto. Toronto has nobody to check Embiid. They're using
but I mean, not many
Boucher,
teams do.
and
To be honest,
and if they were a better team, then I would say it wouldn't matter. But they're not.
yeah.
You know, they don't
got,
guard well on the perimeter. Outside of Van Vliet,
They got Precious.
Gary Trent Jr. is a terrible defender, and
Gary Trent
OG's a good
Jr.
defender.
I hate that nigga.
Is a terrible defender, but OG's a good defender, and Trent and Van Vliet are good defenders. But on the perimeter, they just don't play good defense. And I think that Philly matches up well against them defensively.
I'm taking Philly regardless. I think
You're taking Philly?
I'm taking Philly regardless. I just think Embiid is just too much of a
dominant.
problem to
Yeah,
deal with.
he's too dominant. Right
And
now.
then Maxey's good to give you some buckets. I don't know what Tobias Harris is going to show up. You know what I'm saying? I know that nigga be ass as fuck one day, and then he can go and give you 20 points.
Yeah.
And then James Harden just has to
He has to show up.
go to the foul line. You know, draw some fouls, whatever he does, get whatever. But if they can just weather the storm, maybe still one in because they're the fourth seed, right? So they got.
Yeah.
Four home games.
So they have the advantage in that series.
So they have the
But like I
advantage.
said, they
So
gotta
even if
still
Thibault
win
can't
in
play in
Toronto.
Toronto, I think
Bro, I don't understand.
they
I mean,
should
think
be
it's just played, bro. I mean, it's just played. Not
And
too long
Toronto
ago.
won.
Toronto won.
And-
Toronto won by 4 points.
Yeah.
Embiid put up 30 and 10.
Yeah.
James
which is
Harden.
what he's gonna do.
13,
And that's what I mean.
15. Maxey would put up 22, which I don't think he'll really do again. Danny Green put up 18 that game, which he's not going to do again.
No, he's not.
100%.
I can
not
agree
gonna
with
do
that.
No, but
He's not doing that.
no, hold on. Danny Green put up
1,000%.
18, but if I remember correctly, Tobias Harris put up eight in that game, like 8 or 12 or some dumb shit, and shot 40.
He put up 8, which has been consistent with what
Yeah.
he's been doing this season, which is not great.
But hold on, he's actually
Precious put up
played
20
better
on him.
since James Harden got there. So Tobias Harris, although not great, has played better with the playmaking from James Harden. So
Last time they played, when James Harden had the 15 assists, Tobias Harris had 8 points. That was
I know.
the 7th of this
but
month.
Tobias Harris all season was bad, and recently he's been bad and good. So it's either or.
More bad.
Early in
More
the
bad
season,
than good.
Tobias Harris was bad. Like, there was no good games from Tobias Harris. Now it's 50-50. He'll give you 21 game. He'll give you 2 the next. So it just depends on which one shows up. But at least he's a serviceable basketball player now. He wasn't that in the beginning of the season. Like, he was terrible in the beginning of the season.
So Agan and Money, y'all are taking Philly, right?
I'm taking.
I'm taking Philly, yeah.
and then Bars taking Toronto?
I like Toronto.
Yeah, me too.
I like
Just
Toronto.
because of that whole international thing.
So
All right.
hold on before
And-
we move on.
Yeah.
So
West
I
Side.
know we was talking about the trade with Ben
Beat the
Simmons,
again.
blah 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 blah.
They beat the Braves.
Like, and we already thought that Brooklyn won a trade. Do you think it's more of a landslide than it was before? Now that James Harden is playing the way he has been.
They beat the
I mean,
niggas in
we
March
still
too,
don't know
by the
what
way.
Ben-
No, because
I wouldn't say because we still don't know what Ben Simmons is.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Capable
I think
of,
it
and he hasn't
offsets.
played
As
yet.
bad as James Harden's been, Ben Simmons
Right.
is not
It
existent,
offsets it
so.
because we still haven't seen what he can do.
I think it's more of a landslide because you traded a nigga that you didn't have playing to get a nigga that you traded and you gave the ops Andre Drummond, Seth Curry, even if Curry didn't do shit today or whatever,
No.
and
Good points.
and
Wild.
and 2 first-round picks.
I mean,
for
they
a
traded
nigga
for 2
who
niggas that
ain't
didn't play.
doing-
They traded Millsap, who wasn't doing dick.
Who
And they
didn't
got
want to play,
traded
yeah.
fucking Ben Simmons. So, I mean,
I mean,
obviously, it's not
at
the same.
the time,
it's not the
I
same.
said that they fleeced them. So it's hard for me to say that they fleeced them anymore. At the time, I thought Brooklyn won the trade by a landslide. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, same
I don't
here.
know.
And
I
then
think
for
the
whatever
same
reason, I don't understand why
I
they
thought
have
it wasn't
put
a-
Philly
I thought it
as
wasn't
I
title
don't
favorites.
understand where that whole they're the next fucking Kobe and Shaq conversation that they
Yeah,
get
that
on the
shit
top. I
killed
don't know
me.
where that
They
shit
needed-
came from.
Niggas
They
wanted
have him
to
as
throw
10
out
favorites.
a takeout in the dark so they can say, "Oh, I said this," and it goes viral. You know how it is. We live in let's say dumb shit or do dumb shit to go viral these days.
It was Kendrick Perkins who started that whole Kobe and Shaq shit. So that should tell you exactly what you need to know.
When they had made that trade,
he can't count
I think
the 3
the
in his
title.
fingers. I don't believe anything that Kendrick Perkins says.
Yeah,
After they made the trade, Philly's title odds went to like 650 or 5 something, and I'm like, that's wild.
I don't think Kendrick Perkins can spell his own name, so I'm pretty sure that.
Hey, did these niggas sweep them?
Ooh,
Toronto
That nigga still
this season.
That nigga's trying to back up his Toronto pick.
Hey,
I'm pretty sure Toronto swept these niggas this season.
Just
we're
to let you know
Toronto.
that. Do you remember when Miami beat the brakes off? Or they didn't beat the brakes when Miami beat Chicago that year in the playoffs? Chicago did the same thing to Miami.
Ass.
Chicago whooped their ass in the regular season, and Miami came and whooped their ass in the playoffs. Doesn't mean anything.
I guess.
Playoff basketball is different.
I'm taking Philly regardless.
Playoff basketball is different, and you got a couple of niggas that have been there, NBA champions on that squad, and you really got nobody that's got that.
Which is true, but they don't have Kawhi.
On Philly.
they don't have Kawhi. That's a different animal.
That's fine.
Yeah. And they don't got the GOAT Kyle Lowry.
Considering who they have.
They don't got the
averaging 9 points a game. Kyle Lowry.
Hey, y'all remember that video where Cub said this nigga got 6 buckets?
I could get you 6 buckets.
That shit was so fucking hilarious, bro. That nigga was genuinely laughing.
Oh,
man.
He was dying the whole video.
Bro.
He said, I could get you 6 fucking buckets.
Yeah.
19 shots.
Moving on to the west side. Moving to the west.
All right, go to the west side.
Moving to the west side.
Go to the west side. All right, so...
we got Phoenix at 1.
Phoenix playing.
Phoenix would play.
But we don't even know who's going to get.
We don't even know because they haven't started yet.
We don't know.
Considering
they beating whoever they play.
I didn't say Phoenix. Are we debating that Phoenix is not winning? I was going to say.
Yeah, that's why I said Phoenix is beating Minnesota, Clippers, Pelicans, or Spurs, even if they had to play the 4 back to back to back to back.
Jazz, Mavs.
Yeah.
We still got
was that 4 and 5 seed?
Wait, no. Let's keep moving to 2. 2-7 is Memphis is going to be again whoever they play. It's the same thing.
Clippers or the Minnesota.
Clippers or Minnesota. I like Clippers. Memphis.
Memphis beat whoever they play.
Memphis is 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Golden State, Denver.
Golden State and Denver.
I don't think
Golden State.
Yeah, I'm thinking Golden State because it depends on if Steph's able to play. I don't know.
I don't think it matters.
I think it's tough for Jokic to carry this things the whole way.
Not against.
I don't think I don't think in a 7-game series. Yeah. I think that.
So Jamal, you taking Denver?
No, like Golden State.
No, he's taking Golden State.
All right.
To me,
Golden State then.
Money might take Denver.
No. I'm taking Denver all the way. To me, normally the best player on. I'm not taking Denver if Steph is playing. If Steph is not playing, I'm taking Denver all the way. Because, like I said, normally the best player on either team is the one who wins.
You acting like top 76.
As it stands right now,
top 76 Clay ain't gonna be out here, bro.
Yeah. So
Clay's been up and down since he came back.
Jordan Poole been fucking going crazy.
And yes,
when Steph hasn't been playing, they got Draymond.
He has,
they haven't really been playing defense on.
A lot of those boys don't have playoff experience. You know,
who's the last?
Clay got playoff experience. Draymond got playoff. Jordan Poole
besides Jokic and Will Barton, who else has it on fucking Denver? Not Campazzo?
Yeah, but Jokic is the best player.
And I have you know Wayne Ellington gonna punch Campazzo in his shit when he seen him.
It's on site.
Yeah, but Wayne Ellington's in Cancun right now because he's on the Lakers.
Yeah.
Well, he said that he told cousin the tweet, when I see you, I got hands for you. Straight up.
Yeah, I mean he's fucking one bad game away from being in fucking Europe. I think he's gonna relax.
He should have been in Europe 2 years ago. I don't give
Dallas, Utah.
Sit his ass there right now.
Yeah, I think Dallas is getting an upset first round. I think Dallas beats Utah.
Dallas who?
Dallas versus Utah. I think Dallas beats Utah.
Ain't Luka hurt?
Oh shit, that's right. Luka may not play. Yeah, if Luka doesn't play, then Dallas is gonna steal that.
Jazz all day.
That's lucky. But if Luka plays, I think they're gonna. And if Luka's healthy, I think they beat the Jazz.
All right.
I don't think the Jazz.
Back to the. Did we do this? Spurs Pelicans. Who are we thinking on that?
Oh shit.
Who's gonna win?
Who's gonna win that game?
Yeah,
I'll give it to Spurs.
Yeah, I'll probably give it to the Spurs.
I'm going Pelicans.
You want Pels against Spurs?
I'm going to Pelicans.
You're going to Pels?
I'm not going against Pop with similar talent.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
think
say.
I think Pop with similar
can't go
talent is the difference.
Going to Pelicans.
Spurs. So Spurs is what money?
Yeah.
I don't think they have anything against them. They can't stop DeJounte Murray. I don't think they have
Yeah.
anything for
So
him.
bars, and then my
Spurs.
boy. Damn, nigga. It's all
Um,
good.
Minnesota Clippers. Right now,
That's
Clippers
good
are
going
up too.
Clippers up 2.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter,
I'm
third quarter
giving
still?
out. I'm taking Clippers.
Carl Anthony, bitch ass Towns, got 8 points, 4 rebounds in 22 minutes. He's 2 for 9 from the field. Sensational.
I think
That
Minnesota
boy
will make
checked
the
his, he
playoffs
checked
though,
his
regardless.
text. Checked his text, bro. Before at halftime, you saw Jimmy Butler texting him.
I don't care if he checks his texts, his tweets.
I think Minnesota makes the
Podcast.
playoffs regardless, though. I think they're going to beat. Even if they lose this game, I think they'll beat Spurs or the Pelicans.
Can they beat the Spurs?
I can see that. I can see that. And then
No
they'll
matter
be
how
losing
good,
quick.
no matter how good defensively, D'Angelo Russell's started to become. I don't think he's gonna be able.
Now that we got first rounds out the way,
Well, DeJounte Murray would be getting Pat Bev. That's who
Did
they
you
would
take
put on
Utah?
him.
Pat Bev is fouling out.
I took
fouling out.
it depends. I took Dallas if Luka is healthy and plays.
As it stands right now, so Luka's not playing.
If Luka's not playing, then Utah's gonna win.
Then
Dallas
Utah-
is a terrible
Jazz.
team. Have you seen Dallas's makeup?
Yeah,
Dallas is
You got
atrocious.
Jalen Brunson's going to be the
Their,
next
their
best
best player now is
That's what he
Spencer
said.
Dinwiddie, nigga.
Nah, Jalen Brunson's their best player. Then we
Oh, Jalen Brunson, yes. Then
They
Spencer
got Tim
Dinwiddie.
Hardaway Jr., who they overpaid after the Knicks overpaid him.
And then Reggie
They got-
Bullock is the next.
They
nigga
got
that's
Reggie
scoring for
Bullock.
them.
Yeah. They got until
Hey, shout out to Dorian
being on the
Finney-Smith,
bench.
dog. That nigga I can
DFS.
count on to hit 3-pointers when I bet on him in my parlays, bro. Shout out to that nigga.
Shout out to him.
DFS.
Unlike Ja, I can't hit a 3 to save his life, bitch ass Morant. Don't
Yeah,
give no
fuck
fuck about
him.
that.
Fuck Bradley
So,
Beal. Bradley Beal. Fuck that nigga, bro.
we got the first rounds out.
Bradley
I
Beal
wanna-
ain't played basketball in the last 4 months. I
I don't give a damn. When he
Bradley
did play, he
Beal
cost
ain't
me
played
money.
basketball the whole year, even when he did play basketball. All right? I don't want this shit.
When he did play, he cost me money, so fuck him.
Bradley overrated as bum ass Beal. He ain't even cost me money. He's still overrated in a bum.
I think we should lock in the first round predictions. And
Yeah,
then,
like I said.
let's
But again,
see
that
how
Dallas.
the
If Luca
finals-
plays, then I'm going Dallas over Utah.
Right.
Utah.
I mean,
is a collapse right now.
on 70-80% Luca, you think he's still carrying
Yeah,
on things
100%.
past the Jazz?
Yeah, 100%. The Jazz paid Rudy Gobert $180+ million. They're losing that series.
I mean, if Luka's not 100%, I like the Jazz.
Yeah, I'm taking the
Luca
Jazz.
on 80%
Just-
is still better than anybody on the Jazz.
Not saying he's not, but,
No disrespect to Donovan Mitchell, but Luca on
but
80%.
I think he needs to be
be
100% to carry his team, like he's been doing.
Nah, I think if the Dallas' supporting cast shows up a little bit,
I don't know where this nigga's been getting assists from.
I think so.
That nigga's been scoring 40 points. And ain't
Bro,
nobody else out there doing shit.
Jalen Brunson getting 13. Dinwiddie's actually been good since the trade for Dallas. Recently, he hasn't been, but his initially when he got there, he was averaging like 18 a game.
So who you got for the finals prediction? Since I know you said you wanted to do that.
My finals prediction is
I'll
really
allow a dark
dependent.
horse for the because we're in the first
it's
round.
really dependent. I
I'm
got
gonna mess with that.
Miami. Excuse me. I got Milwaukee coming out the East no matter what. That's not going to change. I have Milwaukee coming out the East. My West is either going to be Phoenix or Golden State.
Yeah, I'm running that shit back. Phoenix, Milwaukee.
And
I don't
it's-
know if anyone's really.
I think if Steph is healthy, I think that Golden State could.
No,
beat,
I'm saying
Phoenix.
I'm allowing a dark horse. Yeah, if you have a dark horse,
Golden State is my dark horse just because I don't know
because
how
it's
healthy
early.
Steph
It's
is.
early.
But I think they're gonna run it back. Phoenix and Milwaukee, barring the health of Steph. I think he's the only wild card in this. I like Miami.
You said they
and I
run
know
it back,
Miami
Phoenix and
normally
Milwaukee?
plays Milwaukee well, but I think that Milwaukee. I think what's his name makes a big difference on that team.
Who's that?
Bobby Portis.
Yeah,
Makes
that
a
nigga
huge
been-
difference on Milwaukee.
That nigga been hanging out with Lethal Shooter, bro. Learning how to
Yeah,
shoot.
Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton's a hoe, and he's gonna be a hoe for his entire life. But he's still a good defender, and every once in a while he'll show up when he decides
need him.
that he wants to put his tampon out and actually go a dick. But that's besides the point. The point is there are times when Chris Middleton's good. Giannis is Giannis, and yeah, I think Grayson Allen can get hot and give him a few threes. I think they're well rounded. I don't think a team in the East can beat them. So I'll go Milwaukee in the East, and like I said, Phoenix in the West, barring Steph's health.
All right.
I like Milwaukee and Phoenix to go back as well. I like the Nets to be my dark horse. I'm never gonna like Kyrie, KD. The niggas can give you 50 on every given night. So that's my dark horse. Would be those boys.
They better hope that Toronto don't win, and they got to play Toronto in the next round.
Yeah.
Better pray to God for that, because then Kyrie can only play 3 of those games. So you better pray. But yeah, Brooklyn could be a dark horse.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
What are we thinking?
You just writing down shit. You ain't saying no predictions, nigga.
I'm just listening to what y'all dark horses are. I'm just writing everything down. Me, I like Golden State and Milwaukee. I feel like Chris Paul is cursed, man. I ain't saying
don't
he may not
disrespect
make
the
it.
point guard.
I'm not saying he won't make it, but
Don't disrespect the point guard.
I think he's holding that curse, man. I feel like there's a cloud over that team. Well, not cloud, but just him.
Not a cloud.
Can't be no damn cloud.
Not him,
Niggas
not
won
him.
fucking. Niggas the best team in basketball.
I just think it's like-
Got a cloud you
And
talking
they
I
made
feel
the
about.
like, that's what
finals
I take that back. Not a cloud over the
Franchise
team, but a cloud
record.
over him. I feel, yeah, they.
I mean, he's whatever team he's played on, he's helped set a franchise record for wins. I mean,
Yeah.
only cloud is that he gets injured. I mean, he stays healthy.
Yeah.
I think that. He
Well, that's
might
what I'm
have a
saying.
shot.
That's. I just feel like I don't know. He's cursed. somehow.
DeAndre Ayton decides
My
not to
dark
be a
horse,
hoe and
though-
actually plays defense against fucking Giannis, who was not even supposed to play in the series. Fucking injured Giannis. We were watching this shit talking about Giannis
My
isn't going to
dark
play
horse.
after that
Yeah,
first
my
game.
dark horse is Miami though.
A number 1 seed as a dark horse. That's sensational.
Yeah.
Considering that all these other teams that are below them are gonna, we already know Milwaukee is the favorite, even though
Bro, they're the 4
Miami's
seed.
one
Bro.
seed.
No, excuse me. They're 3 seed. 3 seed. Excuse me.
I think, yeah. What do we think in
Within 2
awards?
games.
Hey, wait,
What
no,
we doing
boss.
first?
You ain't give you predictions, boss.
I did.
He
Or
did.
you?
I said they're running back.
Oh, my
He
bad.
said
You're
Suns
right.
Milwaukee.
You got a dark horse or no?
You're right.
I do not. No, I think that's just pretty straightforward. I don't
Okay.
think that there's any dark horse coming out.
The
of
Knicks.
On to the
fucking
awards.
The Knicks are his dark
The
horse.
Knicks.
Knicks.
To the dark
Er,
They're gonna take off the uniform and have another uniform.
So we talking about an MVP first?
Well, first
I mean,
of all,
we could
shout out
build
to
up-
Monty
we could-
Williams for the Coach of the Year.
Yeah, we could
That
build
was-
up to
that was
the
announced today.
MVP. We could do the other ones first.
Yeah, so shout out to Monty Williams, Coach of the Year. Let's start with.
I think that some of them are pretty
most improved.
Most improved is a good debate because I think DeJounte Murray should get that shit.
Okay.
I know people say Jordan Poole. I think people were saying Miles Bridges. Miles kind of fell off a little bit.
Yeah, you did.
Who the fuck else were they talking about?
That was it, wasn't it? Miles
No,
Bridges,
there was somebody else.
Deontay, Jordan Poole.
Damn, I can't think of the other person they were talking about.
Jordan Poole.
Someone said they were saying Ja.
Yeah. I mean,
think Ja
Ja
missed
could
too much
conceivably.
but he was
Yeah,
already.
I think he did.
Well, he missed too many games.
I would personally go with Deontay Murray, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Deontay Murray took the biggest step. I like Jordan Poole, and I think Jordan Poole had a really good season. But the difference between Jordan Poole and Deontay Murray is Jordan Poole is allowed to not be looked at as the best player on the team. You know, either whether it's Steph or even when Klay Thompson came back and teams are keying on Klay because, of Klay's name recognition. Jordan Poole is allowed to kind of be that sidekick role, and it suits him well. The primary defender isn't guarding Jordan Poole at this point. So, yes, he's had a really good season and improved a lot, but Deontay Murray is the only player of substance on San Antonio. I don't want to hear Jacob Portal.
Jakob Poeltl?
They traded White at the deadline. I don't want to hear Vassell. I don't want to hear Dougie McBuckets.
Oh, what's it called? What the hell
Keldon
is it?
Keldon Johnson or whatever.
Keldon Johnson.
Keldon?
rather.
Keldon's been hooping. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
Keldon
not-
has been hooping actually. He's not on that level,
Keldon's
but
been
Keldon has been hooping.
Yeah, he's been doing his thing.
But Deontay Murray leads that team, and his numbers are up across the board.
You know who's actually been once he's actually started playing for them, who's been coming alive these last couple games? Zach Collins.
Yes.
Shout out to Zach for actually coming back. After,
Zach has always
injury.
been talented. He just can't stay healthy.
Wasn't he the one that
Yeah, can't stay healthy and get minutes.
Was he the one that said some wild shit on fucking stream or some shit like that? Was that him?
No, that's nah,
That
that's
was Miles Leonard, wasn't
Leonard.
it? Yeah.
That's Miles
Oh,
Leonard.
okay.
He's not in the league still.
He's not? I thought Leonard was playing somebody.
Miles Leonard has not been in the league since Miami got rid of him after he disrespected the Jewish community in Miami.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Wild
You can't do
times.
that.
Wild times.
You can't disrespect him in Miami or New York. Either one is a bad look. So
So I think we all pretty agree on Dejounte Murray being MIP.
I think
don't know.
Murray got
I think
it.
X don't
I
say
think
shit,
he
bro. He just be chilling in the cut.
Who we got for
X
rookie
don't
of the year?
No. No. Let X say
disagreeing
his
with
most improved player. I don't want to hear this shit.
No, I'm not disagreeing. I think Devontae Murray. Yeah, I wasn't.
I thought he was going to say
argue- I
something
wasn't gonna
wild
argue
like
with-
Julius
nah.
Randle. So, I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, you've seen what he's done lately?
Yeah, pissed me off.
Who y'all got for rookie of the year?
Ooh, ROI.
I think it's Scotty.
I think it's Evan
Actually,
Mobley.
no. I like Mobley.
I like
Mobley.
Mobley.
I think Mobley.
I like
I
Mobley.
think
I
I did
think
like
Scotty
it's
Barnes
tough.
was
It's
running away
tough.
with it in the beginning, but I think
tough.
Mobley came back and got that bid.
Yeah,
tough.
I like Wagner for a little bit. And I like Scotty, but Mobley, I think that he's been the most consistent.
Yeah.
I
Jalen
will
Green has
say-
actually been going crazy the last.
I was gonna say I will say Jalen Green's streak of 30-point games. He's been snapping, but he was
except
so
the one that
bad
I
in
needed
the
him to
beginning.
get the other day. Pissed me off.
And I think that no one is talking about old boy in Detroit, but
Cade?
Cade?
quietly Cade had a good season when he played. And if you look at Detroit in the second half of the season, no bullshit. Forget about their wins and losses, although they do have some key wins against good teams. If you look at their losses, every game they've been in,
Yeah.
they've lost by less than double digits against even good teams that they played and lost. They were like 17-2 against the spread in the second half of the season. It was something crazy. So I think that
If he was consistent throughout the whole season,
then
I think
yeah,
we'd
I
be
think
talking
he
about
would.
him.
Yeah.
But
I got Mobley myself. I think Mobley or Barnes can win. I wouldn't be upset if either one of them. I think both have a legit chance at winning.
agreed.
I think it should be Mobley, but tis what it is. I feel like we're agreeing on these so far.
Yeah, I'm not.
What are
so I'm
we
just kinda
talking
hanging
about
the
for
cut.
defensive player of the year? Did they give
I
the
say
final
Giannis.
list for that yet? Do we have the final list for that?
Do we?
Y'all gotta look it
I
up.
don't know. I look it up, but I like Giannis.
Honestly, I'm gonna throw a wrench, so I'm gonna let y'all answer first.
You gonna say Embiid?
No,
No,
Okay,
I'm not.
I wouldn't say
I
him.
promise.
want to make sure.
No, I'm not a wild boy like that.
Make sure, bro.
Aggie, what you think?
bro.
Defensive player?
That's my parade.
Uh,
What's the list? Who's on that list?
I don't want you to say list because then if you say the list and then I say the name, you're gonna be like, I don't.
I don't think it's up. I don't think it's up yet.
No.
Yeah, I don't think the list is up. So
All right,
just
cool.
just
That's what I
whoever
was
you
like-
feel was defense player here.
I'm trying to think. Who would I go with?
I'm pretty sure who I go with is not gonna be on any one of y'all lists.
I like the cat from Boston,
Robert Williams is good,
Robert Williams.
and that's a solid pick actually.
That's probably who I would go with, Robert Williams.
I didn't expect he was gonna be said, so I'll give you credit for that one. What about you, Wild Boy?
I'm looking at the odds, and
That boy said I'm looking at the odds.
I'm looking at the odds. So they got
Niggas is talking about Marcus Smart like that.
Yeah, Marcus Smart is a
Yes.
favorite. Bam Adebayo second. Mikal Bridges, Rudy Gobert, Jaren Jackson. Giannis is sixth on this list.
Yeah.
And then Aggie, you said Robert Williams, right?
Yeah.
He's seventh on this list. Joel Embiid is actually the lowest of the odds. Speaking of that, he's
So
at
you
a
said
plus
all that to
25.
say who do you think is gonna be?
I was gonna take Giannis,
All right.
but
But after seeing the odds, you can change.
now that I've seen this, I'm like, fuck.
Here
I
we go.
mean,
Who you going with, money? I'm
they're talking about
curious.
Marcus Smart like that. That's crazy. I was like,
Well, he actually read him from the list, but I'm going with Jaren Jackson Jr.
Jaren Jackson from Grizzlies.
Derrick
I
Jackson
think-
Jr.
I think he should be defensive player of the year.
yeah, he's fifth on the list.
I think that is my pick for.
Better chance than
How do you
Giannis
play
and,
defense like that?
Robert Williams. Yeah, this Marcus Smart pick. I'm like,
I mean,
oh, shit.
he's anchored what, a top 5 defense in Memphis. I think that, you know, a lot of people have missed games.
Okay.
The one constant has been him, and that defense has been good all year. John Morant ain't playing defense, so
Yeah, Aquaman down there, bro.
Steven Adams is a good rebounder, and you know is a good, you know,
Boy, strong.
protects the paint. He's strong, but he's not an elite defender.
What's Marcus Smart been doing this year that he's
He's a
That's
favorite.
what I'm saying.
I'm like, how did we? I don't know how I missed that.
Yeah, how we get here?
Yeah, I didn't know he was the favorite. That's why.
Yeah, but Bam is up there too. I've been
Yeah, Bam's
watching
always
some
going to be in the
games.
conversation, though.
yeah.
Yeah,
I know that.
Bam can guard fucking multiple positions,
Anybody.
and you know he can't shoot a jump
But
shot with the leg, but
that
then he can
Jaren
defend
Jackson
his ass off.
Jr. pick is that one stands out
yeah.
Apparently,
Jaren
Marcus
Jackson-
Smart
because he
has
wouldn't
the
have been on my
fourth best
list.
defensive rating in all of basketball.
By the way, Jaren Jackson Jr. leads the league in blocks.
You see that?
Makes sense.
I
can see
believe he leads. I'm pretty sure he leads the league in blocks.
Gobert's not on the list.
Yes,
Gobert is so overrated as a fucking defender.
I'm sure we all.
He is. Agreed.
So Gobert is fourth on the list. Matisse
Yeah.
Thybulle is on the
Matisse Thybulle is a good defender.
Yeah,
Besides
yeah.
Joel,
Jaren
who
Jackson
defended really
Jr. Leads the league in blocks.
All right, so we're a little bit all over the place on that, huh?
Yeah,
Matisse Thybulle is actually
I'm pretty
better-
sure we're all going
better
to
odd than Joel Embiid.
Gonna what?
agree on 6 man of the year, right?
Yeah.
Derrick Rose.
Yeah. was wild.
D Rose. Who you got for 6 man?
Tyler Hero.
Hero.
All right.
You don't think?
Yeah, Tyler 6 man. I'm not going.
I'm
Tyler's-
pretty sure we.
Look. The only reason why Tyler Hero is 6 man of the year is because they wanted it that way. They wanted to give him an award because there's no way in hell
Because that
Tyler
nigga's a
Hero
starter.
should be on the bench. No, they start.
Especially not over fucking Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson. should not
They
be
started
starting.
Duncan Robinson. I saw them start fucking Youssef, whatever. I saw them start Gabe Vincent at one point.
Don't talk about Omer Yusuf. He's a center, by the way.
No.
He-
There's
he
another.
played- You talking about Max
What's his
Strauss?
name? Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. I am talking about Max Strauss. That's right.
Okay.
I mixed up the.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was
The
about
bombs.
when Jimmy was out. I don't know why they would do that.
Yeah, they started Max Strauss once. So no, they only start Tyler Hero just to be, just to be fucking stupid. Oh,
Well,
they
I
only
think
bench him
he's
just to be
a
fucking stupid.
hands down 6 man of the year in my opinion.
Yeah, no, there's no question.
I think
Even
he should be
though,
eliminated just because Miami did it. I think
Miami
they should
be
give it
doing
to
whatever they
somebody
can to
else.
get some type of award, bro.
Yeah, to get some type of award. I think
Shout
they
out
should
to
give it to
D-Wade
somebody
being a whole
else.
ass nigga.
Yeah. Just so they don't reward him for that dumb shit. But yeah, Tyler Hero's going to win 6 man.
And then lastly, we got MVP.
Yeah, right.
Who you got?
Coach G was already decided, so MVP.
Who you got?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, nigga.
Who you got? If you picking your ballot, if you got a ballot and you picking, who's your? I guess we could do 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I'm not
Order.
gonna agree with my pick, so I don't know if I should give
You
my
do
pick.
1, 2, 3, and I guess if you average it out, we can see who would win the MVP for the MSP podcast.
I don't think my pick is gonna be any of y'all picks.
Go ahead, say what you got to say, nigga.
And
You
y'all,
said
1,
on
2,
three?
3. Let's go.
Oh, y'all
I
doing
know
that
he's
shit?
not gonna win it.
Okay.
I know he's not gonna win it. Devin Booker's my MVP.
Damn it, that's what I was comparing.
So 1 for D Book. Who's 2 and 3?
Devin Booker Devin Booker is my MVP.
Mm-hmm.
I think the league's MVP is going to be Joel Embiid.
I'm asking for your MVP. Give me your 1, 2, 3.
I said Devin Booker's my MVP.
So saying, give me your 1, 2, 3. So you got who's your 2?
Devin Booker, Joel Embiid, and Jokic are 1, 2, 3.
3. Okay.
Yeah, but that's not how it's gonna shake out. There's no way in hell Devin Booker's the MVP. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm saying that I believe he's the MVP. But I know there's no way.
He's definitely in the conversation.
He's definitely carries. I won't say carried because they got a lot of people carrying the load in those Suns, but he was a driving force for those boys for sure.
Yeah,
I think him being on such a good team diminishes what he does on the court. To the point that
I actually think it's the reverse. I think him being on such a good team should help his case.
It should help his case, but I don't think that's not helping his case. I think I personally think I have Embiid as my MVP or whatever. Mine's is Embiid, then Jokic, and then I would go Giannis, in my opinion. But I think Joker's going to win it because Joker's put up the numbers that he's putting up. Although I think people are giving him a lot of credit, which I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, but for carrying the team that he's carrying because he's missing his co-stars. And I think that's what's hurting Devin Booker.
Here's my problem.
Benefiting Joker.
The only reason why it's hurting Devin Booker, and this is why I despise Russell Westbrook with a passion. The only reason why it's hurting Devin Booker is Russell Westbrook and his garbage self changed the league forever. And that's my biggest problem with Russell Westbrook. Before Russell Westbrook won MVP, you could only win MVP if you were the best player on one of the best teams in basketball. MVP was almost exclusively targeted to players who carried their teams to one of the top seeds in basketball, right? And that changed when Russell Westbrook put up what's now known as the useless statistic that everybody points to, the triple-double. And more importantly, when they felt sorry for his bum ass when Kevin Durant left him and went to Golden State. So when Kevin Durant left him and went to Golden State, and Golden State was the story, and the very next year, Russell Westbrook puts up a triple-double on that team. He takes a mediocre OKC team, leads them to a mediocre record, and they give him the MVP because Kevin Durant leaves him. And he averages a triple-double. Now, we can look at a guy like Jokic, who is on a mediocre Denver team, who won, 50-something games? 52 games? And are like the 3rd or 4th seed or something like that, right?
Yeah, I think they won.
5th seed? No, they're supposed to be the 6th.
They're the 6th seed. So now, now we look at a 48-win team and a possible MVP from a 48-win team. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand Jokic has dealt with a lot of adversity and a lot of injuries. But years ago, a guy like Devin Booker would have won MVP because he was the best player on what possibly is the best team in NBA, right? Guys like Devin Booker now will cease to exist as MVPs unless the league goes back to the way it was. You're not going to see that anymore because now it becomes a numbers game of, totally who put up the best numbers, how many points, rebounds, so we're getting to a point where a guy like Kobe Bryant would have never won an MVP. Because when Kobe Bryant existed, Shaq existed. Tim Duncan existed. Who also won MVPs, but a guy like Kobe who only affects the game in 2 true areas, playing defense and scoring. Wouldn't have won MVP because he doesn't have the counting stats. He doesn't have 11 rebounds a game. He doesn't have 9 or 10 assists a game. He doesn't do anything outside of 2 things very strongly: and score and play defense. So now you're going to lose out on guys like Devin Booker, who've been amazing for their teams, winning MVP awards. Because it's going to go to Joker, who has the best advanced stats we've seen in a few years. It's going to go to a guy like Joel Embiid, who averages 30 and 10. Forget about whether the team wins 47 or 48 games. It doesn't matter. He averages 38 and 10 or 30 and 10 or whatever the case is. It's going to go to a guy like, in the future, a guy with James Harden type stats, who can put up crazy counting numbers, turn the ball over 7 times a game, but it doesn't matter because he puts up 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists for a team that wins 49 games. But a guy like Booker on a team that wins 65 games gets overlooked because, well, the team's good. And I don't agree with that.
So
It's a valid
I hear you. I mean, you got valid points on that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think. I mean, D-Book was like my fourth. I mean, he could be swapped in and out with Giannis, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? For me, but I still got Joel as my guy, as my MVP for this year.
Joel.
What about you, Bars Galore?
I like Joker.
Joker?
I like Joker. Yeah.
Oh, so we're all over the place with this shit, huh?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Two Bookers and a beat and
Oh, excellent Booker too?
excellent Booker as well.
I went Booker too.
Yeah, no, I fuck with Joker, man. I mean, at the end of the day, I get what you're saying, Money, but I mean,
No, I agree. Like I said, he has valid points. I get it, but that's why I still like Booker though.
I don't know. I just feel like from his position, like he's doing shit that niggas ain't really be doing.
That nigga doing everything.
You know,
No cap.
Yeah, he's carrying the team, and it's not just like fucking being dominant like a Shaq type dominant. The nigga is doing everything. He's distributing the ball. He's got niggas like Aaron Gordon who decided to finally learn how to play basketball again. Who was fucking averaging I think 11 points. The next two players or whatever that were fucking highest scorers on the team, averaging like 12. Him and Barton averaged like 12, 13 points. I mean, he got no help, bro. I mean, I like Joker. Embiid's up there as well. Giannis is always in the conversation. Giannis gets overlooked because he does Giannis shit every year.
It's almost like expected.
Yeah, I like D-Book as well. D-Book, I feel like, I feel like niggas is going to try to take away credit from him because he's got CP3, even though CP3 was hurt a lot. And D-Book was really doing fucking everything, even when he was putting up crazy assist numbers. Like, D-Book is that nigga. I think Ja, if he was healthy, he would have been in the conversation.
I definitely think Ja would have been in the conversation as well.
Yeah. But,
going back to my point of my problem with, and not a problem with Joker. Joker had a great season.
The stat, how they're doing it now with stats and over a winning team and being the best player. I get it.
Here's where we overvalue Joker. Joker had a great season, and his supporting cast wasn't great. Look at the teams beneath Denver: Minnesota, Clippers, Pelicans, Spurs, Lakers, Kings, Trailblazers, OKC, Houston. Out of all those teams, the only team that I could say that is more talented, or two teams that I could say is more talented than Denver, is Minnesota and the Lakers. Right? And the Lakers were hurt. As much shit as we give the Lakers were hurt a lot of the season. AD played less than half the games. LeBron, same thing. Russell was just Russell. And the roster was just old. So it's not like we got the Lakers for an entire season. And Minnesota, although more talented, Minnesota, it was a surprise that we saw Minnesota win as many games as we did because Minnesota's always shit today. So it's not like you look at the standings and you say, wow, I'm surprised Denver is 6th. And Jokic is a testament to that. No. If Denver would have been 3rd, then yes. But the teams that are above, they're supposed to be above. They're better than those teams. So, yes, Joker had a great season, but I'm not surprised they're a 6th seed. It doesn't shock me.
But I mean, what shocks me is that if he wasn't there, they would be fucking 14th in the standings, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you're not wrong, but if Devin Booker wasn't on Phoenix, Phoenix isn't the first seed. Phoenix would be a terrible team, especially with Chris Paul in and out the way he is now. I don't think Phoenix is a phenomenal team without Devin Booker. Without Joel Embiid, I don't think Philly's any good. You can make that argument for anybody, for the exception of Memphis, who that's not true for.
Memphis proved that shit.
But I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm not saying if he wasn't there. I'm just saying if he wasn't doing what he was doing though, the niggas, I don't know, bro. A lot of teams you can sit there and say they're not going to be as good as they were without their best player. That's just how the fucking basketball game works. You know what I'm saying? Except the exception was, Memphis or whatever it is. But the shit this nigga was doing with what he had on the court, he was making all these boys better. You know what I'm saying? That shit was almost like Tom Brady-esque or whatever, doing what he was doing with less. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what's helping him in the MVP conversation. He put up, I think he was the first person to ever put up 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, 1,000 assists in a year, some shit like that, bro.
500.
From the center
position. Yeah, I think at his position.
From the center position,
I thought at his position, I thought it was
in general, but
at all. I think it was the first person to ever do it in the league.
I'm pretty sure Russ has put up.
It wasn't the rebound numbers. He put up more rebounds. Joker put up more rebounds.
Think about it. He would have needed to put up 1,000 assists at the same time, and he didn't even average 10 assists.
Who
Joker didn't average 10? Joker had 500 assists. 500. It's 2,000. It's 2,000, 1,000, and 500. First person ever.
I'm sorry. I said 1,000 in my bad.
Yeah, that's what.
And you think because Russ averaged 10 rebounds in an 82 game season, while Joker's averaging 14. 15.
I've seen Russ do some shit. But you're right. He did average the 14 or so rebounds. So he may have broke 1,000. If I'm looking at totals, because Russ has never, even with his triple doubles, he's never reached 1,000 rebounds.
Yeah, he got to be eight something.
Yeah, so the 1,000 rebounds is it? I mean, he 800. He did 800 and 800 with assists in his stat padding days. But yeah, no, he never got to 1,000 on rebounds.
Yeah,
that is correct. He's the first player to do that, and only player to do that.
Well, I look forward to
see how this shit plays out, though, man. It should be interesting.
I'm looking forward to the playoffs to get started.
Yes,
playing game tomorrow. 2 more playing games.
I got everybody's predictions written down, so we'll see how this first round goes, and then
none of our predictions are gonna hit if FanDuel is any indication.
Not facts, but yeah, we're definitely gonna revisit this.
Well, yeah, we can definitely revisit it after round 1.
Yep, after round 1, we'll see where everybody stands. Who's gonna win in our little playoff bracket? So who gets the most right picks?
That sounds like a
whole other
rap,
episode,
man.
Yep.
Big facts.
Thank y'all for joining us again. Man Central Podcast. We appreciate y'all for listening. All
Central Podcast.
2 hours of this shit. Enjoy the back and forth banter.
8 minutes.
The back and forth banter.
And until next time.
Yeah.
Dessert.
We'll be back.
We out of here.
See y'all next round. Out.